By far one of the worst geek and entertainment podcasts by far. Clocking in at a bloated 3 hours. Save your time for anything that may be edited down on any number of other mediums that may be more relevant than 4 douchebags in Garbage Phoenix crying about what they feel may be relevant to anything pop culture related. Jay Schnub, September 7th, 2020.
Has it just been a shit garbage week at work? Stuff piling up and nothing getting done? And you just feel like there's absolutely no relief and you need something to wind down the weekend? Nope. Not gonna happen. That's just not gonna do it. But wait, Bullet Bourbon? That's the official bourbon of the Absolute Geek podcast. Baby Yoda knows what to do. Go home to your happy place. Grab those new comics. Now pour yourself some of that sweet Bullet Bourbon. Have a drink and forget about the BS. Now just sit back, relax, and enjoy the Absolute Geek Podcast. Brought to you by Bullet Bourbon.
Now it's time to podcast.
Thank you, Darts. It is, in fact, Friday night in Garbage Phoenix. I'm douchebag number 1.
I'm douchebag number 2.
My family call me Corbin, but you can call me douchebag number 3.
I guess that makes Brian douchebag number 4.
Oh my God, it's gonna nail him.
since Chad's not here. 4 douchebags from Garbage Phoenix coming at you.
On a wonderful Friday night.
Yes, sir.
It's a beautiful day.
What's going on, guys?
Time for me to pull some bullet.
As a matter of fact, let me go grab mine.
Yeah, do it. How is everybody tonight?
Woo! There we go. That's it.
Corbin's in a Ric Flair mood.
Woo! Yeah, that's really all I got. I'm good. We good. We chilling. We're having a good Friday. How's it?
And everybody's gone.
Wow. Just when I start talking.
It's the Corbin and Kyle show. The Corbin and Kyle show. It's Friday night with Corbin and Kyle.
All day. Dance out of frame. Yeah, so I guess you know what? I'm gonna be mad. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not gonna do a Matt impression. But how are we doing today? Like how's it been like the week?
I like the cork tops.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
Yeah. I like that. Yeah, and then you can aren't you supposed to do that and like smell the cork or something? Or is that like wine or something?
You can do it with those too.
It smells like shit.
No, it smells like awesomeness.
So
It tastes like shit too.
No,
Oh.
it tastes like
But-
an awesomeness and good time.
But it's the official bourbon of the Absolute Geek podcast.
Yes,
So you
sir.
right, exactly. I'm with it. I got these. Oh man. Well, it's a Batman 269, but I don't have it in my hands right now. But I got these for free from Bookman. I was happy about that. They have this free thing called the Bookman's Winner of the Day, which I didn't know about. I went to buy these books, and then all of a sudden they dinged the bell and they were like, "You win!" And I was like, "What?" And I got $33 worth of graphic novels and comics for free.
Oh, I thought
Nice.
they thought you were shoplifting.
No. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie. When ding the bell, I was like, "What?" Like I didn't do anything. And they're like, "Yeah, you're the Bookman's Winner of the Day," and I was like, "What is that?" And they're like, "Yeah, you get all this stuff for free." And I was like, "Woo!" They picked 2 every day, and I got 1. So I was really happy about scoring the original like trade paperback for the Judas contract.
One of my favorite all-time stories.
Yeah, it's a great story.
And then I love Identity Crisis personally, even though a lot of people, find it kind of, let's just say controversial.
I'm an Infinite Crisis fan.
Infinite Crisis, I'm with you on that.
That's one of my
But yeah,
favorite
it was-
storylines.
Oh, and then I finally got my hands on this from my comic book, which I was
What is
nice.
it?
My LCS, the Tales
Dark
from the Dark
Month.
Multiverse one.
Is
I
that
love those stories, huh?
holy shit? How big is that shit?
Oh, it's pretty sizable. Now,
What
the
is
reason,
it all new?
Yes, so it's all that came out this past year. Remember, they did dark versions of Batman Nightfall, Superman, Judas Contract. What did they do else? What are the other ones they did? Infinite Crisis and
I like the one
Blackest Night.
I like the one with Dr. Manhattan, where Bruce Wayne becomes Dr. Manhattan.
Oh
that
yeah,
in that?
this isn't. They're gonna put
Okay.
put another one together with a new one of that. But what they do is they took each new comic they did, and then they also took the classic stories that they took it from. So I liked it. It's a nice little hefty thing, but for just under $30, it was a good. I got that from my LCS though.
Not bad.
But yeah, that was my weekend. I was on top of it from got my separate Facebook set up, did some comic books, was able to catch some shows that I usually catch on playback. I got it live. It was a pretty good week.
Nice.
Yep. How about y'all? What did y'all do?
Nothing.
Oh, okay. No car updates, Kyle? No comics, Brian?
I didn't really get anything, man. Been so
Matt has
busy
instructed
lately.
us to be right back to keep it going.
That's why I tried.
Without that message from Matt, we would have been fucked. I'm really glad that he took the time to write that. Continue, Brian.
Look, let's talk about the fucking the thing on the thumbnail then, right? The this Captain America craziness. Is it
Sent out a dick pic. How awesome is that? Good for him.
yeah,
All
good
his
for him.
glory.
Yeah, fuck it. He don't care.
Nope. And with that, why would you?
What's the matter?
Just kidding. Like I wouldn't be. It's nothing to be ashamed of, sir. Not at all.
I'm just so bummed
I
that
speak the country with that.
I'm bummed that
And-
my editing skills aren't very good right now, or I'd have a really cool thumbnail for this week. It would have been that one.
Yeah. It
The
would.
one-
The one where he had a picture of himself and it said, what did it say, pussy magnet or something like that?
Yes, that's so awesome. I mean, he's not far off.
Mm-mm.
I mean, it's a pretty correct statement.
That dude played it right, man. He's quiet and he doesn't go out in the public much. People love him. They don't know much about him, so they think he's really Captain America.
Mhm.
And you know what
He
I mean?
lives up to it, at least on the public side.
He's playing it like Leo DiCaprio, man. That's the way to play it. Just fucking slay as many chicks as you can. Don't fucking get out there in the public. Yeah, you have a fuck up every once in a while. Just don't talk about it.
Let it go. It'll pass just like gas all day.
Didn't release a dick pic.
I mean, listen, it happened. You dropped it. You keep it moving. I
Hey,
like it.
He
We make.
knows the angle of his dangle, so that's all I'm gonna leave it at that.
Hey, when Matt gets back, I don't know if he's paying attention. We should just tell him that we covered half the stuff on the notes.
Be right back. Keep it going.
I just
Oh,
finished
fuck.
talking about.
I'm so glad. Like I was lost, man. Like I was just staring at Matt's box,
I thought we were just gonna call the show a day.
and I was just waiting for instruction. I was like, man, I don't know
It's
what
over.
to do without Matt. I'm like at a complete fucking loss.
It's over. I mean, what do you do without Matt? We call the show. We fold. No,
I
I'm
mean,
fine.
if he wasn't here to push record, we'd be fucked.
Oh man.
You gotta have douchebag number one, man. If you don't have douchebag number one, then the douchebag Voltron can't operate.
There you go.
No.
That's true. You need the engine. That's true.
Dude,
And I was
yeah.
one ahead.
Oh my god.
You know what
dude.
though? I am gonna keep. What do y'all feel about? I'm gonna do it now. We're just gonna keep the show moving, right? What do y'all feel about Kang the Conqueror?
I think it's
I mean,
much needed.
It is Kang the Conqueror because it hasn't been confirmed, right?
It's been
Well,
confirmed.
yeah, it's been confirmed. They released
Like-
that picture with the image of the actor. So
But I thought
I
Marvel
thought it was slick.
released
Yeah, but
the thing too already.
I didn't see it. I thought they were just assuming it was one of those wink type deals. You know what I mean? Where like I haven't seen like he's officially going to be it, but everyone assumes it, so it might as. I guess it is. I don't know.
We didn't know what to do, Matt. You were gone. We just sat here and waited.
Yeah, man.
You guys did a good job. I can hear you.
Appreciate that. Well, how do you know? You didn't see us.
I can hear you.
He was testing us.
I'm kidding.
I think that a lot of people knew that it was going to be time travel, like with a time travel character. You have eventually, or a time travel theory. You eventually have to have Kang.
Yeah. There's no way you do it without. And also you think about.
And here's the other part.
Yeah.
The King in Black, that first image they released of that cover, who do they have front and center on that cover? Who does Marvel always? They either put out a True Believers comic of something that they want you to remember, or they put a character that isn't normally in something that's going to be in a movie in their new comics.
And that's what it was.
There's Kang, and they probably told Donny Cates, hey, we're going to be doing Kang stuff in Ant-Man, so I need you to try and write him into the storyline if you can.
Start drumming up the interest in the books to coincide with the fervor there. I think it's a great gateway. I mean, obviously, we know about Kang obviously being time travel. They're already exploring that whole method with what's going on with Scarlet Witch and Vision and everything going on obviously with Ant-Man and everything. So it's a great way to put Kang in there, set him up as the big bad for Phase 4, but then also kind of do it as a backdoor entry to let the Fantastic Four in, because Kang's ties, well, yeah.
Backdoor entry.
Well, I'm forgetting the word. I don't want to say. I was going to say backdoor pilot, but it's not really a pilot thing. You know what I mean? But in terms of bringing the Fantastic Four into play, because Kang's been a villain of both of theirs for the longest, and I mean, what better way to do that than him manipulating the time stream? He's in a different version, and boom, then Fantastic Four immediately brought in, or whatever the case may be. However they want to go through that inclusion. I would rather they do that, almost like they did with Spider-Man, than do a whole nother Fantastic Four origin movie story, whatever. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And so Kang serves that way, of doing that. I mean, he's been around since what? I think his first appearance, I tried to look that up, has been pretty debated, but I guess everyone usually agrees, or most people, or more than enough people agree that I used it. Avengers 8 as his official appearance, but I saw a lot of
No, it's Fantastic Four, isn't it?
No, I looked.
Yeah, he appears as somebody else in Fantastic Four, and then that's Kang the Conqueror.
Well, I looked at 4 different ones. It's widely accepted that Avengers 8 is the official one. Although I guess you're right. I looked up when I saw Fantastic Four, I saw 4 or 5, and I was like, this isn't that hard to find a first appearance. But then Mo said that, and I was like, I'm just gonna go with Avengers number 8. And I looked it up, and enough of it has been linked to it that I'm just gonna take it.
Yeah, Fantastic Four 19 is his first appearance as Rama Tut.
But see, that's what I'm saying. But he was also you're using that one as one. He's been several different characters. That Kang is confusing. I guess if we're using the Ramatut, then chronologically speaking, then that would be the one, since he appears as that. But as the Kang that we know, are we using Avengers 8 or are we using Ramatut? How does that impact his appearance in the actual movie? You know what I mean? It's gonna that's gonna be a nightmare to figure out. Not figure out, but have to deal with when specs and stuff start flying. I can only imagine.
I'm with you. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
So did you tell our listeners about exactly who Kang the Conqueror is?
We already covered that.
Okay.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I said I was gonna say that when you weren't there.
No, we haven't.
I just said that, Kyle.
Oh no, I just shut my screen off and talking too.
Oh, okay. Anyway, there's been multiple Kangs. The most notable, his name's Nathaniel Richards, who's actually a descendant of Reed Richards. He is a genius, was a genius, whatever. As most geniuses are, he was bullied. And during one of these interactions, he was like, you know what? I'm going to fight. We're going to do this. And just as he was about to like actually start the fight, the original Kang the Conqueror, who they just established, at least in the comic, as someone who was a genius with a time machine and a deep weapons background, interfered and said, "Listen, man, you would have died. I wouldn't have existed." And Nathaniel was so horrified by this idea that he would eventually become the person that he met that he goes back in time to the present Marvel universe, joins them. This was just a mess. Joins them, Iron Lad. Another way they could tie in a continuation of anything, although they already so much shoe Spider-Man into, they're too away. Long story short,
That is the funniest freeze right there.
but
You were like,
You're freezing.
my fault. Internet, my bad.
Yeah.
You
No,
know,
it's all good. It's not your fault.
I was it's a foreign side rule. I think it's too far gone for them to do that. But anyway, different time streams. He was with the Young Avengers. He got bored, built another time machine back in time, ended up crashing. Ancient Egypt became Ramatut. Matt already brought up, and it was there they actually crossed paths with the first who we all know was Apocalypse. And so at that point, that's 1, 2, that's 3 Kangs. Then you would also have, I wrote this down, the Silver Centurion, Immortus, and Victor Timely. So he's been a bunch of different people as he jumps across different streams and others form, and they're all with the single-minded purpose to conquer. That's pretty much it. As far as his main opponents, the Avengers, Fantastic Four, like I brought up earlier, since the very beginning, basically immortal, and through the comics, he's always usually beaten by like either some trickery or just straight brain power than actual physical fighting skills, even though he doesn't have any superhuman abilities, at least depending on most comics. But he's a genius. Stuff that comes with that, has a really cool suit, the weapons that come with that. He can take a high level of radiation, and he has this really cool battle armor that is capable of energy and keeps a 30-day supply of food and air. And I thought that was really cool to look up. So that's Kang the Conqueror in a nutshell. This just super smart being that can go back in time, fuck up the time stream, make it really interesting for Marvel Phase 4, and someone who conceivably could be the big bad for that entire phase of movies.
Yep. We'll see. Also, Ramatut. I think did you talk about Ramatut?
Only briefly. No, I didn't bring up. I brought up he ruled basically from being sent back one of those times, but I didn't go into him any further.
Yeah.
You
That's
think
a
he could
tough
have
book.
a part?
I think that's how they open it is with Ramatut.
That's what. Yeah.
So.
Do you
we'll
think
see.
they would do that in the MCU?
Yeah. They'll take it back. They'll do like a Apocalypse thing where they show ancient Egypt or maybe even Apocalypse,
man.
or something.
That'd be wild. Yeah, I hope not. It could happen. Yeah.
All right, guys. I'll be right back.
All right, man. See you.
right back.
Oh man.
Right
But yeah.
back.
Wait, is Matt gone?
I have no idea.
All right, we just got to. Wow, this is a fun one, Kyle. It's the Colin Corbin again.
So,
Taking-
you know what we're going to talk about now?
What are we gonna talk about?
As you guys all see from our Facebook and from our opening theme,
We're trash, right?
we got an awesome review. It's pretty badass. You know,
Yeah.
I just, one thing is big shout out to that person. You acknowledge yourself, I'll send you an Absolute Geek prize pack. Let me know who you are. Prove to me that was you that did it, and I will send you some cool comics. Thor number 6 being one of them. The Thor number 6 variant.
Dude, that is sick. Cheers to that one. Okay. You just want to know who it was. That's all. Well, I mean, obviously we know who it was, but you're sending cool
I'm going to
comics.
go write a bad review, or I'm going to go dig at somebody. I'm not going to use a Simpsons reference. If you're going to be a real keyboard warrior, just be open with it. Say your name.
Back it up.
Go on there and say Absolute Kyle and talk shit.
Yeah.
Don't
I've
go
only
on
done
and
like
use
3
Simpsons
4
reference.
bad reviews, but you're right. I own my name on that one because I'm mad. Usually when I'm doing a review, I'm so mad that like I don't care. Like this is what you're getting. So some people, if you take the time to go, oh, I'm a blast these mo's, but you also want to hide your name, then it's like.
But I give a big shout out, man. I'm so glad that we touched your life so much that you had to write a review. I mean, shout out. Many props.
Respect.
Thank you very much. Yeah, that's awesome.
I thought it was a little strongly worded, but bad reviews are a part of anything, you know. I remember the first, people didn't like me, right? You know, people don't like people. I get it. But yeah, own it and get a cool prize pack. Thor number 6, I would get on that.
I
Show
still don't
yourself.
like you.
And there you go, Matt. Wait, what? To me? Oh,
It was really
you are so, man. Matt's just, I don't even know what I did today. But,
You didn't do anything.
Yeah, I know, man. It's all good. But yeah, I'm hyped about that. Anyone really? Okay, so I know I'm asking this question. I already know that you guys are going to say no to it. So I might as well start with why I'm very excited for DC Universe Infinite. It makes
No.
so.
You said I was already going to say no to it, so no. Anyways,
Oh.
all right, go ahead. My bad.
No, so I mean, obviously, it was announced that Jim Lee. It was talked about this past week that there was going to be some big news for DC Universe, which all of us, if you have any idea of where DC Universe has been, is basically a failed app, and where it was going, then you knew that changes were in order. In this, it turns out that they're making it purely comics. It's going to be the DC's answer to Marvel Unlimited. And it's basically going to have the same backlog of comics for the same price. They're going to bring some exclusive comics just for DC Universe, and they're also going to do, instead of making it a whole year until you get comics that are released on the shelves at the comic book stores to the app, they want to make it the more traditional 6 months like Marvel Unlimited did. So for me, as a comic book person, I am not a fan of digital. But as a reader, I understand that it makes a ton of sense, because I'm not going to get my hands on a 1965 Spider-Man comic anytime soon, whether that's in a physical raw form or part of an expensive omnibus or anything like that. So for $6 a month, $7 a month, or $74 a year, I have a backlog to everything that DC or Marvel has to offer, at least most of that. And as a comic reader, there's benefits to having that. As a collector, as someone who a speculator, something like that, of course, it doesn't benefit you. But for the readers and getting people into it, I think that's cool. And also, people are saying, "Oh, it's going to be, I only went to DC Universe for the TV shows and the movies and everything." You can just take over HBO Max. And if people are saying it's not going to work, Marvel Unlimited has been just comics for the last 8-something years, and all their TV content is on Disney Plus, and it seems to work just fine. If you want to read the comics, you go to that. If you want to watch the shows, you go to that. For me, I could care less about the movies. I probably own half of them, and the ones I don't, I'm not interested in obtaining. So I just want to read the comics. And so that's why I think this news is really cool. Like, I'm personally happy because I thought that they were just going to can the whole thing. And just the way that DC leadership has been this year and the way this year has been, I wouldn't have been surprised. But the fact that they're doing this, I'm all for.
See, I don't mind digital comics.
No, okay.
I read digital comics for quite a while.
Oh wow, okay.
I would just go on and I would just download them, and I had a comic book reader on it, and you flip the pages the same. You flip them back, you flip them forward. Yes, you're not holding the comic
flip
book,
them side to side,
but you read it, you flip it. It's not like one panel; it's the whole page. You flip to the next page, the ads are in there. It's all the same.
Yeah, no, it's true. I mean, for me, it's the weird thought of possession. Like, I like to know, like, this book I have this book is mine.
It's when you collect something, you like to have it. And with
that's
comic
because
books,
you can finger fuck it with your dick beaters all day long if that's what you want to do. You can't do that with digital.
With comic books, it's something that can have value. It can have value.
Look at Corbin's face. He's like so appalled. They know my secret. He knows my secret. My secret is out.
Oh my God. No, like, let me get back to Kyle over here. Throw me off, Matt. No, that's disgusting. But like you said, it's the possession part of it. And sometimes like with
see, that's part of the fetish, possession. It's the possession part of it.
All right, would you rather live in an empty house where you have like an empty house, and if you want all your movies, you go to this phone. You want all your TV shows on this phone. You want all your comics on this phone. Like, you could have that.
Have you been to my house?
No, I have not, sir.
Because that's like,
is that what you have?
Yeah, that's exactly what my house is.
But like, if you wanted all your slabbed comics, imagine you didn't have slabbed comics; they were just on a special phone, and they were slabbed. They were just on your phone. Like, what's the point of it? Like, some of it is
it's the same thing how people were when digital music took over. People do, but there, it used to be a thing. It was cool. You had that dumb ass book of CDs in your car. and you had the inserts inside of it, and then you had a CD, and then you got pissed when somebody broke into your car and stole all your CDs. And and then it came to the point where you're like, this is great. All my music is right here. It's not, same thing with DVDs. It's not taking up any space. It's awesome. You've got it on a drive. You can watch it. You can mirror it onto your TV, and it doesn't take up any space. It's great. And you know what? Comic books are awesome to collect, but they take up space so fucking fast, to the point where it's not horrible if they're just on there digitally.
Yeah, and I think there's a place for both. Like you're saying, like I realized with me, it also gives me such a sense of I could read whatever, and if I don't like it, I don't like it. Whereas like if I'm buying books, you know what I mean? I don't like to have stuff here that I'm not going to keep. And you're right. Like I have a long box full of Wizard magazines, another of trades, another of books, and it's like boom. You don't see your entire kind of width of my wall just on that. So I'm with you. But like for me, that's okay. But I think there's space for digital. It's just weird for me to understand that. Like I bought a couple of graphic novels online, ones that are out of print, to kind of have on my phone or my tablet. And I get the logistics, but like, I don't know, maybe it's working at a library or whatever the case may be, or like you said, like a book thing, like you want to have it.
It's anything that you collect. It's something you collect. So I understand that too, but just the space wise, and like, the cool thing about having digital and a subscription is if you have access to them, you can be like, you can walk in your comic book store and you can go, you know what? I don't think I'm ready to spend that $5.
Yeah.
You go home, you can read it and go, God damn it. I'm so glad I didn't fucking buy that.
True.
Or you can go home and read it and be like, you can go to the store and buy it, put it in, never touch it, and still read it digitally, and you still got to enjoy it. And you still have the best of both worlds. You still have it, but you just read it digitally.
No, I'm with you. A lot easier to track down too. I'm reading 1992 Spider-Man Marvel Unlimited right now. I was reading Dark Reign earlier. Yeah, I agree. Completely agree. And for me, it makes it easier. Like, I'm not a subscription-heavy person. I'll go into Disney Plus for a month or into Netflix for a month or into HBO Max for a month. But for the most part, my 3 subscriptions, Marvel Unlimited, Marvel Unlimited, DC Universe, and then Comixology. And that's it. You know what I mean? So it lets it keep easier for me than having 4 or 5 to get bits and pieces of things I don't really want or I'm not utilizing to the fullest, you know?
See, that was the bummer is I used Tim's DC account. And that was our agreement. He's like, don't fuck with my comics. So whatever he's reading online, he doesn't want me to go in and start reading shit and fuck up his.
Yeah, it'll mess up where you find it, recalibrating and all that good stuff.
So that was the only thing with that is I could only watch.
You should have did it anyway.
I thought about it.
I'm glad you didn't.
Just go in there and then deny. I don't know what you're talking about. It wasn't me.
Yeah, but then it sucks because the fucking password got changed, and I'm like, oh fuck. I mean, I can't even tell you the last time I even turned on the DC fucking app.
There's no need to. There's no content on it anymore. Everything's on HBO Max, and you get that for free if you have HBO.
No video content on there. There's a tremendous amount of comic content on there. I'm not gonna take the slander, but no, I agree. As far as the TV shows, like unless you're hankering for a random episode of Batman Beyond, which I watched this morning, or like something like that, then you're right. There is no need. And it was already fluctuating in and out anyway. It's not like you would say there was a solid, reliable rotation of shows that you can keep coming back to. For the most part, things were going in and out. So take it over HBO Max, join with the rest of its stuff, make HBO Max even stronger by its addition, and then just pare down DC Universe to, and this is my opinion, I thought this when DC Universe first came out. They should have done that to begin with. They should have had the comics and then made HBO Max stronger by saving that stuff for that or whatever the case may be, because it was always a wonky idea in my head to mix the two. It didn't make any sense, and obviously it didn't work out the way they wanted it to.
By far. That's the word of the day. By far.
I just think sometimes, especially with DC and comics in general, you don't have to reinvent the wheel or try to reinvent the wheel. Like sometimes the good stuff worked because it's worked in the past and it just continues to do that. And you change it up a little bit, and what did it get you? You could say, hey, thank you, DC Universe. You brought DC Daily, which I thought was kind of overrated, but whatever. You brought in some new fan interaction. The community forums are always packed with people talking and keeping things going. So DC Universe did that in a way that Marvel Unlimited hasn't done. At the same time, you had movies in and out all the time. For months, they didn't have a schedule like Netflix of what was coming in, what was coming out. The comics wasn't brought all to speed originally. It was just like the bare bones of comics and like a couple of movies. So it wasn't really thought out as well as it could have been. and ultimately doing just what people thought you should have done to begin with, which is just make it a comic app. So I think this DC Universe experiment will be looked back like, okay, it was cool. It had some moments, but ultimately, aside from bringing us Titans and Harley Quinn and Swamp Thing, before it got canceled, it's just kind of go by the wayside unless you're a comic reader.
Well, I think the allure of DC Universe to me would be if you got new release books. If every Wednesday or every Tuesday when new books dropped, you could get them digitally on there, and they're part of that subscription, and that's not going to be the case. So if you're not looking for that old backlog of books, if you're not looking to go read
How quick
old
do they update
books
them?
and you want the new stuff, what, Corbin?
6 months. You see how quick do they update the books? 6 months after it comes out, it'll be available on DC Universe.
Yeah. So if you want something that came out Tuesday that you can't find on the shelves, like your newest issue of Batman or whatever, you can't go there to watch it. So unless you're in the market to read back issues, then I guess it's a good thing for you. But if you're not looking for back issues,
here's my counterpoint to that, though. Oh, if you're not trying to build on the history of comics you have now, and you're just trying to constantly entice new readers without showing them all the work that has been done in the past, then what do you have? Because if it's just about the latest comics, then fine, the new, the Flash, this and that. These characters we talk about as far as dedicated comic fans, how far things have strayed in terms of they didn't know their material, this or that, to the point that now Batman kills people because people didn't read or have access to stuff that came before it. This is for a new comic reader saying, hey, what is Batman? Am I going to show them Batman Joker War right now and say, this is Batman? Am I going to go to the Tom King Batman run before then and say, this is Batman? Or I'm going to say, hey, read this run, and this run. And they go, where am I going to find them? I'm like, well, you know what? I would go to your local comic shop, or I would check the library, or go to the DC Comics app. And for $5 a month, you can read everything on this character over 80 years of backlog.
Yeah, but you're running a business. You're running a business that it's talked about in the media openly that there might not be any more comics, that they might stop publishing comics, that DC Comics might no longer be. So you're running a business. What are you going to go after? You going to go after the crumbs, or are you going to go after the full buffet? You go after the full buffet. And why aren't you offering, being like we have this great back catalog of books, but also if you subscribe now, you can get the new books on Tuesday without even leaving your house.
I mean, no one is doing that, to be fair. Is Marvel offering that? Like, I'm not going to kick on DC for trying to do something that no one else has done when I just kicked on DC for trying DC Universe that no one else has done. Like, But
my thing is Marvel Unlimited doesn't have that subscription base that DC Universe does. DC Universe has a massive subscription base that was just there for the video content, and now they have to try to find a way to retain those people because they're going to lose them all.
Well, I don't think that they are. Marvel Limited has had a steady subscription base. You're right. Like, people who go there know what they're going there for. The prices have been the same for the last 7 years. They have different bonuses now. If you subscribe for the limited package, they'll send you a variant comic and a Carnage or a Venom like figure and things of that. Like, it's a dedicated base, but they're confident in what they're doing. And that's what I like about that. They're not trying to catch everyone, because if you want to catch everyone, go to the Marvel app. Then you can get all the stuff. You want to read the comics and you want a little perk for your troubles, go to Marvel Unlimited. DC is trying to do everything. We're gonna do the TV, and we're gonna do this, and we're gonna do the fan interaction, and they're not actually touching anything. So now, pare it down. If you want to focus on one group, you're saying the whole buffet. I think that's what they're doing. I just think it's going about it a different way. They tried the catch-all thing, but that's not working. So you have the new comics. That idea you gave, any comic property app, whatever, Variant could do that, Image could do that, Boom could do that, anything could do as far as that's a great idea, but no one has done that yet. So I don't know if to fault DC on that, but I do like that they're finally saying, hey, you know what, this wasn't working. If we have a base that want to read and interact with us, then we'll keep that. If you want to go and watch TV and movies like everyone else, then HBO Max is a partner of this. They're doing that. You know what I mean? So
I to entice people is they should just say a week after comics come out, they're available digital.
That's what I think. That's what Matt was trying to. Yeah, Matt was trying to say even better, like doing it like you said, like putting a subscription and getting the new comics. I agree with you on that too. Any of those is better. 6 months is a long time for not getting them. If your LCS is sold out of something or whatever the case may be, then it's like, well, shucks. So I'm with you. But I think that if DC really wanted to be better than what they were, everyone who's been subscribed to DC Universe, because I'm not gonna lie, as soon as it was announced that DC Universe was in trouble, I pulled my subscription. I let the year one run out, and I've been doing a month to month as I see fit for whenever I want to read something. So until they figure out what they were doing. But for those people who stood there and took the entire time and have been loyal fans of DC Universe, give them a year subscription to HBO Max. Give them the best of both worlds, because that's what they gave you with their money to get the best of both worlds. It shouldn't be their fault that they have to now go and do a whole separate one, at least immediately, because you want to switch gears up when they already gave you their $74.99, or they've been giving you their $7.99 a month every month for the last 2 years to obtain both. Instead, they're saying, okay, if you sign up right now, you'll get it for $4.99 for like 6 months. But if you've been paying from the very beginning, are you really getting a true payoff? You know what I mean? I'm not that person, so I don't have any like dog in that fight. But I'm just saying, I don't feel like I'm getting any type of, what's the word I'm looking for? Like any recognition for the hard-earned bucks that I gave you for the opportunity to read some comics and watch an episode of Titans every week, or you know what I mean?
You're getting access to the comics. What more recognition do you need?
Well, if I'm saying, I'm speaking for people like you were saying. I'm speaking of people like you who wanted both comics and TV. I'm saying this isn't me. I'm just saying I wish they'd done provision for people like you or like others who wanted the comics and the shows. I never went there for the shows. I was there for the comics, and the shows was a good bonus. Like, it's almost like, for me, Amazon has The Boys. So I'm not watching it until I'm ready to pay that money, because I'm not going there for anything else but The Boys. But I'm there for the comics. So I am the minority of what they're trying to please. I'm just saying that I wish they had done something for those who wanted everything and who now have to make a decision or pay double for both.
I mean, being behind putting out new comics isn't that crazy, because a lot of people are behind anyway reading their comics. Most people well, except for you guys, but most people who collect comics are behind on their books.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
They're not caught up to the exact week of what's going on.
Grizzle Geek says, "I love DC Universe numbers, but the numbers are gonna fall off a cliff," and they are. Knowing AT&T and Warner Media, the minute those numbers start falling, which they're gonna do, they're gonna panic, and I think DC Universe will be no more in any aspect.
I'm gonna push back again. I'm gonna go back to Marvel Unlimited. They've been around the exact same thing. Now, only thing that the wild card in that situation is that, unlike Warner Brothers, Marvel Unlimited has a clear plan and a clear focus. When they had Marvel Unlimited before, they were even taken over by Disney, and it all worked out well. Their numbers are going to fall off the cliff because, of course, the numbers are going to fall off the cliff. The majority of people were there for the video content, but there is value in people who want to read it. And if you're going by the numbers off of that, that's like, no shit, Sherlock. Of course, people are going to leave the service because they want to watch the latest episode of Harley Quinn. You know what I mean? Like, I think it's short-sighted.
You want to know what Marvel does that has the one up over DC that DC needs to start doing?
What is that?
You bought this book? Here's a free digital copy.
Again, I agree.
You know,
I'm saying that, but again, what I'm trying to say is that DC should be modeling more after Marvel. Marvel is taking initiative.
So how many of those have you utilized, Matt?
None, because you read digital comics.
So to the person that reads digital, that doesn't work for them either.
But for the person that wants the best of both worlds, like you were saying, that wants a digital and the physical copy, it does.
Yeah, but the person who's buying the physical copy, you're not going to want to rip that out of the book.
You don't have to rip it out of the book, do you? I don't know. I've never used it. Let's find out. Let me rip it out of my Thor right now.
I just think that it's not as hard as people.
Not to cut you off, but this just popped in my head. Do you ever think we're going to come to a time where, like, you know how, what is it? Amazing Spider-Man, what is it, 252, the first Hobgoblin?
Mm-hmm.
We were going to come a time where we look at books like, that book would be worth more if it had the digital download code in it.
I've seen that in forums. I've seen many people talk about that. Is it going to be worth less because it's technically the book is incomplete?
Because it doesn't have the digital download code?
It's incomplete.
It's interesting. But I mean, I'm glad that they're going to keep that DC app going for people like you who want to do digital. But I'm just saying they're going to see a big subscription loss because there's a lot of people out there that don't like digital, that aren't going to make that jump. I'm not going to pay. They haven't even released their new subscription prices yet, have they? They didn't even talk about it, did they? How much are they going to be for it?
They're going to be exactly the same.
So you're gonna pay $10 a month for comics?
Well, this is the problem. This is why I think some DC fans are spoiled. I subscribe to both Marvel and DC Limited. They're both the same prices. DC was giving you more for that money. Marvel does exact same prices for just the comics. So I was on the 74 for them. In fact, no, I updated because I wanted the figurine and the variant comic. So I paid them $99 a year, and I paid the 74 or whatever for DC. So what they're doing, for some it isn't. I'm not saying that it is. What I'm trying to say is that there's value in appealing to each group. They're not ostracizing anyone. If you wanted the movies, go to HBO Max. That's fine. Marvel Unlimited, if you want to watch Spider-Man the Animated Series, go to Disney Plus. If you want to read the comics, go to Marvel Unlimited. It's not that hard. And of course, the numbers are going to drop off because they tried to mix everything in one. That did not work. And so now they're separated. That's not a problem. Like, I don't think the numbers are going to drop. It's like some indictment on them. Of course the numbers are going to drop. You had them all going to one thing, and now you're separating something. Of course they're going to drop. I mean, I'm just saying, like, that's not rocket science to think that if I'm offering hot dogs and Subway sandwiches, and now Subway sandwiches and hot dogs are going to be split, oh, my numbers might fall off. Yeah, of course they'd fall off because some people want something else.
Well, but my point in saying that was that it's going to fall off drastically to where Warner Media is going to be like, oh shit, and they're going to knee-jerk react and they're going to kill the app. So I'm just saying, I don't even think I honestly don't think that app makes it 6 months.
I think it makes it more than that. I will bet you on that. But here's the thing. Even what you just said, that's more of us thinking about what Warner's going to do than any knee-jerk reaction. You're looking at the leadership there. And if we're going the leadership off of DC, I mean, like I said, I wouldn't have done that to begin with. What they did with the whole DC Universe thing in general, I would never have done. So I agree with you. Like, they could do it. I just don't think that they will, because you've taken this time, you made this transition. There's been enough people on forums and everything I've been in tune that are saying, hey, I hope that it stays at least for the comics. They just didn't want the whole app to go away. So there are people out there, maybe not people that, of course, you or others run circles with, who will want that just for the books. And that's what I'm saying. Of course, it's going to be a whole lot different. And like for me, for example, I'm not going to run to HBO Max. When the Snyder Cut comes, I'll put a month in, I'll binge it, I'm done. I have no interest in that. That's just me. Everyone is different. Now, the majority of people who will go there for the TV shows, knock yourself out. That's great. But
it's just another thing that Disney Marvel does better than Warner DC. Because the DC universe was meant to be like Disney Plus, and it failed miserably to where Disney Plus has content, coming out regularly. Well, it was supposed to now the pandemic, but
a different
Disney,
animal though.
But DC Universe didn't have that revolving content.
Well, that's what I mean.
But Disney fans are different, though. You can't.
They are different.
Disney
That's an understatement.
That's comparing apples and oranges.
Disney fans are different.
Yes. So to say that, of course they have their built-in audience is probably 6 times the size of a DC audience.
Well, let me ask you this, Matt. What would you have compared DC Universe to when it first came out?
Disney.
What was the nearest comparison?
Disney did it right.
Like, I'm just saying, when DC Universe came, they were trying to be this maverick in the industry. They were trying to mix the comics and the TV shows. I don't remember if they were there before Disney Plus. So Disney Plus wasn't even there. You had Marvel Unlimited, and then all of a sudden you had DC Universe, and DC Universe is going to do the comics and the shows, except they didn't have full license or whatever to keep all the shows because they would bounce to Netflix and other properties that they were in agreement with, and they didn't have all the comics. Marvel Unlimited, or Marvel in general, know what they're doing, and they're confident in their identity. Well, so that comics app was just comics. It's always been. That's what it was. And whatever the numbers were have been what they were. And then when Disney Plus came, I'm sure they suffered again, I don't even know if they suffered a drop, because whoever wasn't on Marvel Unlimited to begin with didn't turn to Marvel Unlimited because Disney Plus.
No, because Marvel Unlimited, they were already going there just for that comic book. You already knew what you were getting with Marvel Unlimited.
And that's what I'm saying. DC Universe didn't know what they were doing. They were trying to use Maverick in the field and attack to everyone, and it was doomed to fail.
Well, that's right. They were trying to make it that one-stop shop for everything DC,
and that made zero sense.
So then people subscribe to that because they want to watch the movies, they want to watch the TV shows. Right, they want to watch everything, and now that content is moving, they're going to move too, and all you're going to have left is the comic book readers. And how big do we even know how big that base really is? How many people are really using that app for that?
We're going to break off and it's just going to be Disney stuff and we're not going to have Marvel stuff on there anymore. they're gonna lose subscriptions because
Yes.
that's gonna go. It's just the way it is.
Yeah.
Oh, Mike said it's AT&T. My bad. And I agree. That's exactly what I'm saying. Like, and I'm going to talk about this a little more later or whatever, not here. But like in terms of,
Yeah,
What are you
please don't
talking
do it. Please don't do it here. Yeah, he's gonna go to.
You're
He's
gonna
gonna
do it
go
on
to.
a show, or what?
You know
what
what?
are you talking about?
it's about time to tell. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. I'm saying I put
He's
on
gonna
Facebook.
go be a geek and talk about it somewhere else.
What's that one show that? I'm just kidding. No, what I mean is like I put it on Facebook, Instagram. I'm just sharing this opinion. I feel very strongly in that people are going out either wildly in support of it or, oh, this is terrible. DC right now is going to be facing the ramifications of what they should have faced when they started this plan without seeing it through. That's what I mean to say. Because they had a hit initially when they started taking movies off of the service, and people were like, where are the movies going? And DC didn't even plan to put out a notice saying, oh, by the way, on January 15th, these movies are going to be off the platform. There was elements many months throughout this lifetime of DC Universe that you could go on the movie page and find like 7 movies. 7. And then you go to Marvel or you go to Netflix and you see Batman Bad Blood. And you go to what's it called? Amazon, and you see like 4 or 5 movies. Like they never had full control. It was like they were trying to be this catch-all for everything, and they didn't have a clear idea that they wouldn't be able to do that. So now,
Did
yeah, it's
DC
time
Universe even make it a year?
It's been 2 years.
Has it been 2 years?
It's been 2 years, yeah. And so now they're going to pay the piper in that because they tried this short-sighted plan when they never had everything at one time. They toward the end of it, ironically, is the craziest part of it. When it was already announced that DC Universe was ending, when that DC Daily TV show was ending, they ended up finally doing this feature that I enjoyed, where you watch an episode or a movie, whether that's Justice League Unlimited or whatever, and at the end of the episode, it sends you a link to the comic that it was inspired by. And I laughed when I saw it. I said, this is ridiculous. You're finally doing something that can engage that interaction with fans and stuff in terms of the comic and the show. And at this point, we already know that you're dead. That's what I mean. So, yes, they're going to face losses. Like, I agree with Kyle, like, it's not that big a deal. And it's just a response to what was going to happen to begin with, because there was no way that this model was going to last.
Yeah, and
They
Grizzle
knew
Geek
at
just
some point.
Geek just hit it on the head. He said,
No,
problem is DC Universe attracted TV people who got a free side of comics. Marvel attracted digital comic readers. No one went to DC for comics.
But here's my response to that. How do we know that? How do we know when I went to DC for the comics? They appealed to when you first came on, you weren't getting the entire movie or TV catalog. They never had a complete product. I was one of the first people on. They had a couple of Batman movies, 2 of which, The Dark Knight and I think The Dark Knight Rises, were gone within 3 weeks. Like, where is
and
that?
why is that, Corbin? Please tell us.
They didn't have the right. They were. Oh my god.
Okay.
I froze again. I know. I froze again.
No,
I saw.
No. You didn't freeze. I was expecting you to take shots and be like, because they're garbage. Good Dark Knight sucks.
Oh no. I'm trying to be. After that review, this is all business today, gentlemen. I am.
It's all business.
I will not mention Gotham by Gaslight. I will not mention Tom King disparagingly.
Too late.
I am, aside from just.
It's all business, and Kyle's lounging.
Well, I think because I've beaten a dead horse and Kyle's moved on. I get it. I just felt really passionate about the idea and the pushback. I was listening to Grizzle Geek earlier, and while I liked their analysis, I was like, but that's literally one side of it. Like, am I saying the majority are comic fans? No. Am I saying that even a quarter of them are there for the comics? No. But
for a 90-minute show, we have spent a lot of time on this topic.
I'm putting a ball in it right now.
It's it's always going to be a discussion among this fandom. It's just like the music people, CD and cassette versus vinyl. The movie buffs, DVD versus VHS versus Betamax. It's every circle's got this debate.
Nobody's saying Betamax is where. Nobody's saying
there's
VHS
people out there.
No, there's not.
Hey, you never know.
Not.
There's a guy out there collecting every single copy of Speed on VHS for a reason. There's a reason that Space Jam on VHS is a holy grail.
I love the quality of VH. No. Movie people are no.
But did you see that vinyl has had a huge resurgence in the pandemic?
Vinyl is stupid too.
You don't like vinyl?
I've been to
I hate that. noise of the needle to picking the music up. I've always hated that noise.
Really? Interesting.
Dude. Okay, so here, so when bands go in to record an album,
Yeah.
they are spending a lot of money. So why not have the best quality you could extremely get for the amount of money that goes into it? No. You're going to spend these $1 million plus to record this album, and then you're going to take a needle and put it on a piece of plastic so that it goes as you listen to it. No, just like movies, music is one of those mediums where you want it the best that it can be. So like when records were the best that it could be, then yes, it was great. When cassettes were the best that it could be, yes. When CDs were the best that it could be, yes. But now, the fuck you want a fucking vinyl for? Nothing. Oh, fuck, I put it on the wrong song. Fuck, I put it on the wrong song. I need it on the fourth song. Fuck, I did it again. No.
It's just a thing that like there's vinyl heads out there. I think music sounds way much better digitally, but there's just something about listening to an album on vinyl.
I've seen your vinyl collection, Matt. It's pretty nice.
It is. It's fucking stellar.
It is. What I like when I come over to your house and I get to flip through your milk crates of vinyl. And you put that vinyl record on for us to listen to
Kellen,
of Sum 41.
It's because Kellen fucking let his friend borrow the fucking record player we had in the house a long time ago, and I haven't had it since. You can listen to my record collection.
Blink-182 sounds awesome on vinyl.
You can listen to come over and listen to Hanson on vinyl anytime you want.
I've never seen your vinyl collection.
No? Just check it out sometime. It's in my closet. You can come listen to Bop Baby Dop on vinyl. Barbie Girl on vinyl is pretty good too.
Neither of those are on vinyl, so
come on, Barbie, let's go party. Dude, you would be surprised what there's on vinyl. They're still putting new records out today on vinyl.
Yes, they are. Only because there's a resurgence.
Yeah.
Vinyl is garbage. It's bulky. It's stupid. When you get a speed bump in your car, it skips. It just sucks.
It's fantastic.
I'm enjoying the concert we're getting from Corbin over here.
Everywhere, imagination. I'm just. Go, Barbie, let's go party.
That's why we're called garbage. Right?
I want to be able to full experience of my music, and I want it to be the best that it can be. Vinyl is not it. No matter how much the technology of vinyl has changed, the concept of vinyl is still there, and it still does the same thing.
It's fantastic.
Okay, Corbin. I think we get it, buddy.
I was waiting for us to stop talking about vinyl. I didn't want to eat too many more minutes.
Did you guys see the Mandalorian trailer?
No.
For season 2 of the Mandalorian?
Sasha Banks.
Stoked.
Who cares?
Shut up. Sasha Banks. She's dead sexy, bro.
Well, sexy does not an actress make. Actually, yeah, it does.
Even if you clean the vinyl, Darren, it still sucks. Especially like when you first put it on. Oh my god, dude. That fucking noise.
Well, whip it up, make it tight.
I remember when I was a kid, I was at my buddy's house. I think I told this story before. But I was staying the night there, and I was like, oh, dude, your dad's got a record player. Dude, and I was like, we should get one record out. We'll be DJs. And it was like 1 o'clock in the morning.
You started scratching records?
Because I didn't know at the time I was a kid that it was a certain kind of turntable that you could actually scratch records on. His dad came out pissed.
It's K Dizzle on the 1s and 2s.
I was never allowed to stay the night again.
Get this fucking kid out of here. Send his ass home.
What are you doing? He was so mad. I can't even remember what record we put on. Probably Led Zeppelin, you know what I mean? But like,
Little Stairway, huh? Absolutely no Stairway. Bummer.
Immigrant Song.
Yeah, there you go.
Not a big Led Zeppelin fan. They're
No.
thieves.
Nope. So after the COVID scare with Robert Pattinson, what?
Yeah. It's silent.
Well, dude, my brain just like died.
It's silent. That was
Hey,
fun.
look, slow-mo Wookie decided to join us.
Hey, oh.
Are you done with your concert over there, Corbin? Can I unmute you now?
Oh, I didn't know you had me muted. Yeah.
Hey,
You
it's
could.
Slowpoke Wookie or
I
Cholo
hope-
Wookie. Cholo Wookie in the building.
Star Wars podcast.
He's coming here to.
You can't be late for a flip side production.
He's coming here to spout his.
That's got a flip side name on it.
Right-wing
It's,
propaganda.
I'm sorry, my Trump rally went late.
But don't worry, CBSI guys. I won't be late for my other show because we can't do them.
No, it's on Wednesday.
No, they
I
all
was
support-
actually
they all
almost late
support
this
his,
last Wednesday.
His right-wing propaganda. Cholo Wookie. So
That's right.
Do that to you guys.
Cholo Wookie had to go to this fucking Trump rally and
yeah, he did.
fucking represent.
Whatever. If you're not going to do it on your other show, don't do it on this one. Oh, no, that wasn't a joke.
That's funny because it was funny.
I'm dead serious.
I feel you. Well, what was next on the show?
I don't. Oh yeah, Robert Pattinson. So the Batman has resumed production. Robert Pattinson is cleared with COVID. Good.
I heard about that.
Good for that.
The only bummer is it went from a June release to an October release.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
next year. Yeah.
don't you think that's kind of strategic? If they're supposedly doing like the long Halloween storyline, that's cool that it's going to come out in October.
You want Batman to be a summer blockbuster. Those movies are summer blockbusters.
I think the problem is there's going to be so many because of COVID and everything being shifted. There's going to be so many movies fighting for dates next year because they're talking about pushing Black Widow again.
Like Matt.
What?
Like Matt.
What about me?
Fighting for dates.
Fighting for dates. That's right. That's what I gotta do.
I would say this. If the movie is loosely based off the Long Halloween, then it kind of makes sense strategically to put it around that time. I obviously get that those movies traditionally are used in the summer, but like Matt was saying, there's going to be a bunch of movies there vying for time, and they're just going to cannibalize themselves. Either that, or we're going to expect the same people, and there's going to be a few of them who will, to go to every single movie. It's just not a smart thing. I am not great about it because, like you said, it's something you'd like to see them, but they can spin it that way, story-wise, everything else, the mood of the movie, put in October. You know what I mean?
I
No
can't
harm, no
stop
foul.
staring at Corbin because I'm hearing him before I see his mouth move, and it's like watching an old Japanese film, one of those old kung fu films.
My bad. Anyway, my point was that. So yeah,
So good.
I think that's cool. I mean,
Yeah.
Do you think that's cool?
I get what
You know what I think's cool, Cholo Wookie? Being on time, you son of a bitch.
Oh my
I totally get what Kyle's saying too. It's going to be a summer blockbuster. Then
We
can't
we
screw
extend
yourself.
we extend the invite for him to join the show. And look, who does he fucking think he is? Brian just comes in late, whatever he wants, drinking squirt. Like, what does he
you
think
know.
this is? Brian Jr. over here?
Wookie's got a life.
I'll be back when the third degree's done.
Wookie. Yeah. Anyways, son of a bitch. He's got CBSI shows. Like, what is this? It's like Brian clone.
No, just working. Working.
Well, welcome, douchebag number 4. And
Thank you.
we appreciate you for joining us.
I appreciate being here. Sorry I'm late.
Yeah, that's. I've never seen appreciation for something like being super late to it.
Oh, you ought to see me at work.
You don't appreciate being there. I know that for a fact.
You should see see me at work.
Oh, fuck.
So Chris Evans showed his little Captain America to the world on accident this week, sending Twitter into a buzz. Corbin comes back for that.
I was waiting once the shots. I just wanted to
What
avoid the
was the lowdown on that? I heard a little snippet of it, and that was it.
So he was posting a meme of himself with,
And he did it very well.
it's just a picture of himself that said, protect that pussy, right? Was it that what it said, Kyle?
No, it said like pussy magnet.
No, I thought it was protect that pussy. Hold on, I got the picture, the meme up here.
Let's Grizz with the facts.
Right, where is Grizz with the facts? Son of a bitch.
checking the DC Universe numbers.
Yeah, he's looking at the DZ Universe app. No, it's guard that pussy. So it's him like standing there almost looking like a mugshot that says guard that pussy in red underneath. And so he was sharing that to his Instagram, and as he's sharing it, the video ended and it popped up to show his photo gallery, and down in the little corner was a picture of his schlong.
Good for him.
And he quickly removed it, but it wasn't removed, it being the internet, it was never removed quick enough, so someone screen capped it and it got all over the place. And good for Captain America because he owned it, and the next day he was like, well, that happened, remember to go vote, and that's all he said about it so far. So
And then what everybody else did was they put up pictures of him and his dog.
yep.
So
To
Hold up,
counteract
pictures
that,
of Captain America and Captain America's dog?
yeah, to counteract
Chris
that,
Evans
people,
of his dog to bury it,
Yeah.
and to bring light and joy to something, that they were posting pictures of him and his dog.
but
It was
all I saw was compliments. All people complimenting on the girth.
Nice.
That's
dick.
America's girth.
Dude, if I look like Captain America, I'd have dick pics all over the internet. I feel like
Like we were talking about this earlier, he knows the angle of his dangle.
Yeah.
He knows his best side.
It's not like he's not, fit and healthy and in shape. And I mean, even if he had a tiny dinky, fuck, when you got 6-pack abs like that, it doesn't matter what your dick looks like.
It always matters.
Yeah. Don't let them lie. Someone's been lying to you for a long time, Chad.
Yeah,
Oh man,
they love it.
If you've been getting that 6-pack abs, maybe your weenie wouldn't look so small.
shut up.
That's right.
I wouldn't notice the size of your weenie if you had a
Why I
washboard
use
stomach.
funhouse mirrors.
Yeah.
Why does your penis look so small? It's because my abs are so big.
Wink, wink.
It's not a small penis; they're big abs.
That's right.
That's why when you measure, you don't go length. You go from the bottom of your balls to your tip, and that's the actual length of your shalong. So if you got like a 7-inch,
Shalong?
your shalong. If you got like a 7-incher, that's where it is. That's how you do it. That's how you measure it. 7.5 inches.
Got that Subway footlong action. I get you.
That's a very Max brings up a good point. He already has America's ass. That was
Yes,
the
he
big
does.
big joke about the whole movie is that was America's ass. So guess what?
You might as well have America's cock as well.
Yeah.
Why not?
Why the heck not?
He could be Captain Cock.
This flag is never at half-mast. It's always standing at full attention.
So who do you think he was sending the nude pics to originally?
Scarlett Johansson.
Scarlett.
Right?
No way, she's burnt.
Oh, with Colin, yeah.
That's Brian.
I'm digging deep into that one.
By
Wow.
four.
I'm saying Chris Hemsworth.
Yeah, you think they were at a contest? They were in a measuring contest? He's just sending.
Well, Scarlett Johansson's dick's way better than bigger than Chris Evans.
My lord.
He's sending it to his wife, so they're having a battle. She's having a battle of the Chris's. The Captain America Thor debate raged way too far now.
Between Chris Pratt.
Yeah,
Pratt
the 3
and
Chris's.
Hemsworth, yeah.
They're having a dick measuring contest to
Who's
finally
the
figure out who
real?
the best Chris is.
Who's the real?
Oh, it's
Chris?
definitely Thor.
You think it's Hemsworth?
Oh yeah, dude. I guarantee that it's like a bell and it's ringing at his knees. Ding dong, ding dong. You know when it's 6 o'clock in his world.
Is that because he's Australian?
Yeah.
Of course.
Everything's bigger. Everything gets bigger when you're on an island.
When you're south of the equator?
Just the way it is.
How many puns can we come up with?
What is it like? Scotty Schwartz says he's Jew from the waist up, but Schwartz from the waist down.
Oh,
That
that
a fucking liar.
No, he's not. He's only a
he's
truth
not.
seeker.
no it. How funny.
Seeker.
That was a cool dude.
That's good though. Good for him, and good for
Good for
people coming to his
Defense.
aid with dog pictures.
But can he hold his shield with it?
Oh, I'm sure he can.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
sure he has.
You saw it? Yeah.
I mean,
Let's just say it's definitely worthy.
okay. Can Thor lift his hammer?
Yeah. He lifts it every time he goes to the bathroom.
He
Yes,
lifts it
sir.
every night to bone his wife. Odin's
Okay, so
son.
then what would Star-Lord have to do?
He's
He'd
like,
have
you are
to,
worthy, and I'm about to give you the power of Thor and make you Odin's son. As he strikes her down with his hammer.
Oh my god.
What would Chris Pratt have to do?
Her last joke.
I don't know. What would he have to do if Thor lifted his hammer and Captain America would have
I
to
am
hold
Groot.
the shield?
I am Groot because I'm about to raise my root.
What would Pratt have to do something?
Yeah, he just calls on Groot because he's raising his root.
But you say it one more time, man. It might be funny the third time you say it.
Groot root.
No.
Oh, that's why it's funny because you rhyme.
There you go. Fuck you, Kyle. You son of a bitch. This is why we can't have nice things, Kyle. Douchebag.
Garbage Phoenix.
No one can hear you, douchebag number 2.
I might have to agree with the garbage Phoenix statement.
By far.
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 You know what's really odd? I have a good friend back in Colorado.
That is odd.
His last name is Far.
You don't have
And
Far?
when we leave, we always say, bye, Far.
by far.
That
By
was
far.
terrible.
By far.
Again.
That's not, that wasn't even a joke. That was a true statement. I was literally telling you a true statement. That was not meant to be funny at all. That is
Yes, sir. That
by
was it.
far.
By far.
By far.
By far.
By
He has,
far.
he has a tattoo on his arm and it says ever since. And it's spelled out in like wrenches and pistons and all that shit.
Interesting.
Every time someone came into the
Killing
mechanic
the
shop,
show, Matt. He's killing the show. Stop him.
every time someone comes into the shop, they always say ever since.
Ever since. Oh wow.
Anyway, so
Ever since
Henry
he changed
Cavill.
my
Come on, we
tires,
got 14
my
minutes.
blinker doesn't work.
Come on.
Henry Cavill's returning as Superman. He's gonna come back to star or to have a supporting role in Black Adam and Shazam, as well as the Snyder Cut. You excited to see Henry Cavill reprise Superman roles,
Yes.
even if it's not a Superman movie?
Yes, he's a good Superman. He should always be Superman. It's
I
stupid
want
that
Brandon
he's not
Routh
Superman.
back. Give Brandon another chance.
Yuck.
He was good. I liked him too. But honestly, yeah, Superman fits in all of it. Why not? The fact that he makes a lot of sense with Black Adam and Shazam. And he's a character that, again, he's literally DC. Why not? He doesn't have to have another movie to be Superman in whatever he's in.
He should always be Superman. He was a good Superman.
He was. Brandon was good too.
As long as he doesn't fall off a horse and paralyze himself, he's a great Superman.
Low bar, low blow.
Go Brandon.
Low blow.
Go Brandon Routh.
What? Yeah, I liked Brandon. I'm not gonna lie. Brandon was underrated. Brandon literally didn't do anything wrong. He was in a horrible movie. That's not his fault. He did a good Superman, and then years passed, and thank goodness for Kingdom Come Superman. Because Brandon Routh, people hate him and have no good reason as to why. But let's keep it moving.
So we had a little bit of Marvel news come out this week that She-Hulk is going to start production in the early parts of 2021, and they have cast Orphan as the new Black Star, Tatiana Maslany. I just butchered that last name. Maslany as the title role in She-Hulk. Are you guys going to get behind She-Hulk?
No.
On Disney Plus?
Why not? Huh?
I think She-Hulk could be good, but the chick they cast seems a little small.
Did you see that they're about to put her in a relationship with Thor in the comics?
I was not aware. Really? That's interesting. No, I gotta look into that. As far as She-Hulk in general, I'm gonna support it. It's nice that they're trying something different. They're trying something new. Why not? I've never heard of this actress before. Not gonna lie, I didn't watch Orphan Annie or whatever.
Orphan is the new Black. Son of a bitch.
There you go.
Have you seen a picture of her, Corbin?
I looked at it once it was announced, so yeah. And she fits. She actually looks. I saw one that someone put on Twitter about how close she looked to Mark Ruffalo. So that's cool. I'll support it. It's something that's different, and I like that Marvel's reaching out and trying to do different things. So.
You know who was born to play this role but died too soon to play it? Was China from WWE. Do any of you know China?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's Layla.
That's who it should have been. China from
I think
WWE.
China's too thick.
Nah,
she's
the
thick
perfect
muscular.
size. She's the perfect size, man.
Nah, she's a little thin now.
She's a lot of thin now.
Oh my god.
Some might say she's skin and bones.
Yeah, I was just gonna say. Last I heard, she was just all skin and bone. She was kind of a thick, big, like the chicken Mandalorian.
She looked like she had
got
something
that
thick,
muscular kind of going on wrestler.
Overdosed.
And She-Hulk is drawn so just muscle. Like she doesn't have that thickness. She just got that really muscular muscle.
That Venus. Look, get ripped.
She needs that thickness with 3 C's, right, Corbin? Yeah.
She's hot though. I think she'll do a decent job. I mean, she's good looking.
What else is she from?
Orphan Annie.
I mean, Orphan is the New Black. That's the only place I know her from. Is Orphan is the New Black. That's where most people are gonna know her from.
Orphan is the New Black.
Yeah.
What the fuck is that?
It's a show, Kyle, about orphans being the new black.
It's Orphan Black.
Oh.
That's what it's called. Not Orphan is the New Black.
You tried to just lie, Corbin.
Well, listen, I didn't know. I thought it was Orphan Annie.
He's calling it Orphan Annie, and it's just Orphan Black.
New Black, so either.
All right, listen, we don't got time for the facts. Grizzle Geek is still looking at DC numbers. What can we do?
It's Orphan Black.
Orphan Black, cool. It's a show.
What that is.
We'll all tune into this.
I heard of it. I never saw it.
I'm sure we're all going to look into it.
I was calling it Orphan is the New Black.
You were.
I know I was. I was doing it on purpose.
No, you weren't. I would say that. That's you.
But she was also in the show Perry Mason. If you've seen the new Perry Mason, that's been on, I believe it's
HBO.
HBO, yeah.
They made a new Perry Mason.
Yeah, Orphan Black.
I don't believe it is. It is on.
Oh, Kyle, that's a fact. Grizzle Geek version, really?
It's a fact. It's on HBO.
He doesn't even need to call
Ronda Rousey. That's a good. Erica says Ronda Rousey, whatever.
Ronda Rousey has her. See, my vote was always Ronda Rousey for Captain Marvel.
Having a perfect, because I hate Ronda Rousey, and she would have done a great job leading me to hate Captain Marvel. So yeah, I agree.
How can you hate Ronda?
She's all, I don't know. I just do. It's
because she's got a bigger dick than Corbin.
Honestly, that's a point of pride. I'm not one to compare. I'm pretty proud of what I got down there. But no.
I'll give you $5 to tell her to her face and like get in her face, be like, I fucking hate you, Rhonda. I fucking hate you. And then push her.
I will give you 5 George Washingtons.
What are those? I'm just kidding. Yeah, but no, I just think she's annoying. That's all. Like, I'm glad if she was, I'm sure she'd do good. But whatever. I like no-name actresses. act people.
I don't think she's a good actress.
Who?
No.
Rhonda.
I'm
not talking. I'm saying I like that they're not going with Rhonda. I like that they're going with Jodie Matthews.
Fuck, you can't do much worse than who they've already got to play Captain Marvel. She's got the look, but good God.
I think.
Hey, Peter Parker. Oh.
All right. Next.
I like her in her other roles. Like, I like her as Envy Adams in Scott Pilgrim, but I liked her in 21 Jump Street. I just did not like her in that Captain Marvel role. I don't know.
The haircut.
I always forget that's her in Scott Pilgrim.
Mm-hmm.
Okie dokie.
But I just not. I like I said, I always wanted Ronda.
Ronda Rousey.
Ring around a Rousey. All right.
We got a downvote because we're garbage, guys.
I think we're singing too long on the topic.
Garbage Phoenix.
We beat this one down.
We did.
Next.
The family of Carol Baskin's missing husband decided to post a commercial during her Dancing with the Stars episode,
Fucking genius.
offering a $10,000 reward for any tips regarding his disappearance.
I thought that was so awesome. What a slap in the face. So awesome.
That's pretty smart.
I agree.
Genius. It's genius.
Not only was it his 3 daughters, but it was his assistant that he was probably banging on the side.
I mean, I'm not going to refute that.
I don't think anybody's going to refute it.
Yeah, like
I never even saw the TV series.
But I like the fact that you're right. Like Kyle said, genius. Bring it up. Bring some attention in a way that her name's already out there. You got the song and everything. But now it's like, no. Take a moment and look at this real world application before we go back to watching her try to attempt to dance. So I'm with it.
I love it.
And it makes it even better when The View's host, Joy Behar, comes out and says that Carol Baskin's former husband, Don Lewis, should have made an appearance on Dancing with the Stars. Without realizing that he was missing.
Tiger King.
Yeah. She never watched Tiger King.
And then Whoopi Goldberg's like, he's not with us. Like, he's not on this earth.
Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah, they are hilarious. They had something happen today with them. They're a funny group for unintentional comedy.
She says, I had no idea what Tiger King is, Behar admitted. What they told me this morning is that she's under suspicion and that her husband is missing. So what would have been a really big cup for ABC was to have the husband of Dancing with the Stars. Now, that would have been good television. Bring him back.
Oh,
We found this in
the missing husband just shows up on the Dancing with the Stars. You fucking moron.
Surprise! I know you've been waiting a long time to see this, Carol. We brought the
I'm
remaining
back. I'm back in Central America.
long thought lost. We were able to find a half
I
disposed
got
car.
lost. I got lost. I went through the jungles and then I went through Mexico into Arizona to Hollywood and I'm back and I'm ready for Dancing with the
I
Stars.
cannot wait to see you dance tonight. Oh man, I'm never gonna dance again.
What dance are you going to do for us, Don? Thriller. Yep. Dun, dun. It's exciting stuff.
Yes, it is. Moving.
What?
Hilarious.
4 minutes.
Yeah. We are. Come on, Matt. What are we doing?
I don't know. What are we doing?
Keeping it moving. What's the next topic? I'm looking with you. Odd news. What are we doing?
Did we, what'd you guys think of the whole UFO over Jersey? Did you guys see it about that?
I thought the Gettysburg thing was cooler.
Gettysburg thing was pretty dope. Did you guys see that?
No.
So a man caught a video of what he claims to be 2 ghosts crossing the street near Gettysburg, Pennsylvania.
But they don't actually cross the street.
No, they don't. They just kind of appear and then disappear.
They appear like one appears behind some equipment, like some, and then another one appears on the side of it and like walks around it, and then the other one like appears behind it and then goes to like a statue. But you can see them both. Whatever it is, it looks like it manifests from the ground.
Oh wow!
It's translucent, like something that looks like the outline of a human. It looks like it manifests out of the ground, and they like walk over to the statue. They don't actually cross the street. They stay like it looks like they walk like 20 feet.
And it's like clear, good video.
Yeah, I pulled up, Matt.
Oh shit!
All right, let me get it here.
Damn, we're prepared.
I do love me some good ghosts.
I was looking for it while you were
shit.
talking about it. I got so many damn chats.
Let's go, go
The
into our
UFOs.
paranormal,
That's
our
what
new
I'm,
podcast, and
that's
grab
what
it.
I'm doing.
The
Oh,
fucking
that's right.
the UFOs.
Everybody.
What?
I feel like UFOs is like, oh, everybody saw UFOs and got pictures over Jersey. Well, yeah, no shit. While everyone was rioting and being stupid, all the government came out and said, hey, by the way, they're with us, they're here, and they're flying all around, and we know it. Have a good day.
Time for Chad to start parroting his right
Oh
wing
my
fucking kid.
Oh my god! Oh my
So
god!
it struck me funny when the whole UFO thing came up because it was like, yeah, they pretty much already said and acknowledged, all that's true.
Well, it's there. Yeah, I did see it. That was kind of creepy. I'm not a big super fan of the whole "they're among us," even if they are. So it's like, yay, out of sight, out of mind. The less I know, the better. But that was kind of creepy.
All right, here we go. I'm gonna share my screen. With
Now,
you.
see, I'm more interested in ghosts, like Kyle said, because like that shit, nobody has said, hey, they're real, they're here.
I
There you
feel
go.
like I'm on the moon. One small step for man.
You
El
stupid
camino aún tiene
ad.
mucho que
One
ofrecer.
large
El 97% de los vehículos Subaru vendidos en los últimos 10
I don't
años
wanna
aún siguen en las
see that
carreteras.
ad.
El nuevo y más poderoso Subaru
I
Crosstrek.
I can't stop it either.
We'll
God
just,
Was it
damn
Ford or
it. Here you
a
go.
Honda? That was a Honda.
but don't make the whole thing big.
Wait, what? Is it okay?
There we go. It wasn't letting me a minute ago. That's why I had to listen to that whole damn ad.
That's just dust.
So on the right of the cannon, watch.
So like right here, I just stopped
And
it
then
right here where my
one's on-
markers is.
One's behind one cannon, and then one, the closest cannon to us. Another one comes from right there.
Yeah, right here.
Tell me that's pretty cool. See how it jumps over that statue?
That's pretty badass.
Like it jumps from one cannon to the statue.
I'm just an Arizona fucking dust devil, and they ain't never seen
I
that
was gonna
shit
say.
over.
Jersey.
I was gonna say, I'm like, that could be that, or it could be just a kick of, ooh, oh my gosh, is
That's
that?
an Arizona dust devil. Ain't nobody over there ever seen one of them, and they're like, "Holy fucking ghost scoop!"
Oh my
Ghost!
TK says that's shit on the window, dumbass.
Exactly, exactly.
Reba,
He
get
just
the
happens to
camera.
be filming right there in the
Right.
dark.
Yeah, like it's perfect. He looks, oh my god. The
That's
fact
the only
he
part that
randomly
gets me.
filmed
Like, is there footage before that?
Right.
Yeah,
He's like,
I thought
holy
that was-
shit, Leslie, I just hit the biggest fucking bug. Check this out. And he's trying to get it on his FaceTime, and she's
And by the
fucking,
time
it
it
just
gets
walks
there.
past at the same time.
But I mean, it looks cool because it does look like something actually manifests out of the ground.
It did look. Yeah, I
Yeah,
agree.
Like
It
that's the
It
closest.
definitely had a skeletal kind of look to it too.
It had a human type form to it, yes, like an outline of a human. And then it goes from that. It kind of like jogs to that second cannon, and it like takes like one more step, and then you could tell like jumps or like disappears and reappears. Like it knows what it's doing, and it manifests back at that statue. I'm here, boss. You're a little stone though.
I said not the cannon.
You're a
Corporal.
little stone, though.
Yeah, was it a dash cam or were they using a phone or was it kind of looked like maybe a dash cam?
Maybe. I don't know. I'll have to call him to find the facts out. You know,
What the
Does it say
fuck?
in the
You didn't
article?
call him yet?
it didn't say in the article what it's from. It just said
Well,
that
that's
he
some shitty
recorded the
reporting.
video. But like your dash cam, something has to happen in front. Is it constantly recording, Kyle, or is it something happens in front of you?
It's constant. It's constantly recording 3 minutes at a time, and then starts again, and then starts again.
Bitch. The Jersey, I like the Jersey thing though. The UFO floating over Jersey,
Show that to all our listeners.
and all the people getting out of the car on it to look at it.
They got out of the car. The UFO.
They got
I'm
out
out the car.
They got out
Take me with
the car to
you.
look at the UFO.
Take me with you. These people are fucking crazy.
To look at the UFO.
That's what I'd have said. I'd have been like, can I go with?
There you
All
go.
these people down here suck. They're crazy.
Please put something in my butthole.
Dead ass, look. It's a fucking spaceship.
You can see it right here. There you go.
Look, the whole street is fucking stopped. There's a fucking flying spaceship.
The flying spaceship. I hate
What
driving
the
spaceship.
I thought he was looking at that red Prius.
Look.
Dude is like the worst recorder.
He's more interested in the cars driving by than actually the spaceship.
No, you can tell he's concentrating on the
Yo,
UFO.
what's so
And he's drifting. Or staring at
Look at
the
that
UFO.
But the big thing is that there's so many Air Force bases around that area, I guess, in Jersey, that they're calling it an experimental government test flight. So, you know, of course, even after they come out and say that even after they come out and say that UFOs exist, it's still an experimental government test flight.
Give him your right wing fucking craziness there, Matt.
Right.
Tell him.
I didn't know there was a lot of Air Force bases in Jersey.
Mm-hmm.
One too many. I worked with
There's like
FEMA.
4, I guess they're saying, that area where it was spotted over. So,
Is it areas 47, 48, 49, 50?
There's a couple out
and
there.
51 is in well, you know where 51 is because he's been there.
Durr.
You tried to raid it. I forgot to clap some cheeks. You and all the other Kyles.
All right, thanks everybody.
It
Have a
does.
good night.
It does look like a blimp. That's what I've heard. Someone said to me too. It looks like a blimp with the marquee scrolling
That's
across
his
underneath
Ice
it.
Cube's a pimp.
It's a blimp.
Oh my gosh.
What if aliens come down to the Earth and they're like, dude, just all you got to do is get one of them new hologram blimp signs on the side of your ship and just write Ice Cube's a pimp on the side of it. And
We come
nobody
for
will
Ice Cube.
ever know that you're millions of people will take pictures and nobody will ever think that it's aliens, man. Just trust me, it'll play out perfect.
All right, we're gonna go in and on the side we're gonna.
Corbin,
do
did you have another?
Ice Cube is a pimp.
Do you have another story you wanted to talk about on your must hits?
We're 5 minutes over.
Who cares?
Not really. I was a lot of it was just wondering what Jim Lee would say about DC, and they did. Batman Day tomorrow, whoop-de-doo, and that was pretty much all I had.
Damn.
Tomorrow's
You didn't want to
Batman
talk
Day.
about the Marvel Birdwatcher, dude?
Oh, I mean, we're 5 minutes over. No, I'm playing. Okay, so
We haven't even had hot 10 yet. Where's Brian?
Hot 10 or it's ending. Yeah. All right, so
It's ending. What are you watching it, Corbin?
Yeah, I am.
right here.
You fuck both of you.
Well,
Gonna give
I
Chad
have nothing
shit.
to add on. I have nothing to add on UFOs. Like, you talking UFOs more than I have to add. I was right. The number one is the Kang when I was talking about. I was happy about that. But I'm not listening. Anyway, but long story short, Christian Cooper, bird watching fame, you know, with the Karen who tried to call the cops on him, printed out a comic book, weirdly loosely describing his experiences, but also adding some anecdotal moments of racism that may have been inspired by him. It's really weird.
Isn't that one of the great things about comics? Is that he's getting to portray something that happened and something that's relevant and something that's going on, and he gets to put it into a medium where people can get their hands on it and read it and become educated and more aware.
Well, on that note, when it first was announced that this is what was going to happen, I was of the exact same thought, that you can use this vehicle as a way to educate people through the form. But like from what I've been looking at and everything, like the actual comic just seems to be more like I'm sorry. No, like I'm saying what we're describing is like more of the concept of it, and like the reality is more like a rehashing of injustices that were done to this black kid in the book. That I don't know.
Isn't he a bird?
They're witnessed through binoculars as this person's bird watching.
Yeah, like
this person's an avid bird watcher, and they're witnessing social injustices and police brutality take place through binoculars.
And I just think that there's a moment where if it had been like you had talked about, Kyle, in terms of trying to educate and inform, it just feels like it's kind of raking up stuff for the purpose of doing that. You know what I mean? Like the people that you want to reach with that aren't reading those books. You know what I mean? If you're trying to tell average Joe up the street, hey, racism exists and it's all around us, they're not picking up that book to begin with. So congratulations, it's not being accomplished. For those who would be interested in reading it, it's kind of like, damn, like we know this. Like, okay, like it's I just don't understand. It's not exactly a memoir. It's like you said, like an artistic view of racism literally everywhere through the panels of this guy. And it's also a kid. It's really not him because he's like an older dude and it's like a younger black kid. Like, I just don't understand. It's like, hey, I could do it. I worked with Marvel. I have some pull. I can do a comic book. Here's my comic book. But in terms of any actual, like, if he's trying to incorporate or inspire some change, I don't think he's going to hit what he thought. And a large amount of that, I don't think is because of the client, of the people that will be listening. It's just the tone of the book. It's just overly, like, down.
It stresses the point too much.
Yes, you thank you.
It's a little too on the nose.
It's a little too on the nose. Like you would think there'd be some like some deftness added to it, where you're like, okay, you know what? You're proving a point of what's going on here in a very artistic, very like.
But there's an actual story going on as this is happening.
Exactly. I mean, at one point, there's this white dude that tells black guy to get off my lawn. Like it's like stuff that's like, really. Like, man. Yeah, it just, again, it was like ham-fisted, and it was like shoving in your face, which isn't going to help anything because, again, like I said, those people who aren't going to read the book, who believe what they want to believe anyway, will be the first people to jump on Twitter, jump on social media, and trash the book. And the people who are reading it can't really support it in that way because it's kind of ham-fisted and all over the place. It's definitely just shoving it all in you. We get injustice all the time. This happens everywhere. Look at this. I'm the author, and this happened to me, as if we didn't know because we've been listening to it for the last 3 months. You know what I mean? I just think if you have the platform.
There's also a point where a crazy white woman calls the cops on him. So it's all on the nose.
Like if he was just going to do a reenactment of what happened, fine. You know, just a reenactment of what happened in a comic verse, fine. But he added so many other elements of things that probably have happened, may have happened. I just think it's going to divide readership. And honestly, like, I don't know if you're already going to divide readership anyway, just because certain people don't want to hear about this or don't want to believe it exists or anything. But I'm not even talking about that. I'm just saying you're going to divide readership among people who are actually intrigued by it and people who could potentially be educated who are now going to be turned off by it because of this. So that's what I meant. Like, I looked at it and I wanted to tell you, I'm like, I have mixed thoughts on it because the idea, the concept, I'm totally with, even if I wouldn't read it myself because I live it every day. And also, like, I'm not live it every day, but I live that life and I also know the story. So it's not a news flash to me. But if I was just somebody who's just trying to read a book and I'm like, wow, I would be turned off by it. Like, would y'all, what would be your thoughts on that? Like, did y'all feel the same way? Did y'all think?
Honestly, I probably wouldn't buy it.
No, I'm not gonna.
I'm not. Either. I was just like, but would you not? Because just in general, or just because you are hearing like,
I'd buy it and flip it.
It's flippable, right? Wow.
If it's a good spec book, I'd buy it. But like, maybe if it just, maybe if there was undertones and maybe if there was a cool story going on, and this is stuff that he was, that's happening while the story is going on to make a point.
Yeah.
And it's a good story, then maybe, but not if that's the whole purpose of that. It's this.
And that's just what it is. And I mean, I'm think at this point that's just going to be yet another piece of art, propaganda, whatever you want to call it, that is going to be thrown to this big divide that we already have, and it's not something that could have potentially reached across and maybe had some read and go, wow, I didn't think of it in that way. Because bottom line, what happened, this situation was all horrible. We get that. He had a chance to rectify that, or not rectify, but to express it to others, and I think he's going to fail. And I think that's just just sad. Like, he could have done it better. But that's all I had for the.
I agree.
Thanks, man. I appreciate you bringing it up because I completely forgot about it. Thanks, Kyle, for the support. Like, come on, guys. Let's just, if we're gonna like these comics, and I'm gonna get on my soapbox for a second. We got time, right? No. Why are we always
like you haven't been up there all night already?
Listen, I'm sorry, man.
I'm just kidding. Go
no,
ahead.
I've been fired up about it, but like, if we're gonna take that for a second, comics, and I see this all the time, at least on Twitter and everything, about adopting social norms and social constructs and using it within the fold of the writing, right? And like right now, it's all the election, and I get it, right? If you look at 70s, 80s, other comics, they were a product of their times as well. I just think it's the way that it's written that was a big difference between stuff back then and stuff now. If you look at, I hate to bring it up again, but Dark Knight Returns, Frank Miller literally uses Ronald Reagan as an example of America, 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 to the point of it being just tone deaf and blind. But because he does it so well, it's not even looked at in that way. Like, people catch on and you get it, but he's not just plastering in your face that, Reagan is horrible from his own point of view. Like, he's sharing that and you can get it, but it's written in a way that makes sense. Nowadays, all you get is, and on both sides, people who are writing just for their own political opinion, but they don't really care. It's like, here's my opinion around a loosely structured story. Not here's my story and my opinion is also in it. And that's just bringing down the quality of so much of the work, and it's making comics even more of, instead of art form and a medium that's to be appreciated. I feel more like you sometimes, Kyle, where it's like, I'll buy it just to flip it because I have no attachment whatsoever to this book at all.
Wait, what is this book called?
Well, I don't even know, bro. I looked it up earlier and I forgot. I'm not buying it. I'll tell you in a second. But like, it's just like, that's what I mean. Like, I think that this book is only symbolizing it's a bird. It's a bird.
Then you wonder why we're a garbage podcast, or we're a,
Well,
poor excuse for a geek and pop culture
I
podcast.
hadn't even heard of it.
Well, it came out. I mean, this was put out early this week, about 4 or 5 days ago, and I looked it up and read it then, and then listened to some other things and read some other, and I just realized, I'm like, this isn't cool. You know what I mean? I like the idea. I like what he was attempting to do, but I just think that this book is going to grow into an ever troubling field in terms of comics to me, where people are more concerned with getting their thoughts on certain issues out there over the actual art and the medium and the storytelling that people come for.
Yeah, no, I get it.
So anyway, I'm off my soapbox now, Matt.
Maybe that grumpy old guy didn't give 2 shits about what color the person was. He just doesn't like anybody on his lawn.
Maybe. Did any of you guys get your Peach Momoko DC Deceased Dead Planet variant cover?
I did not.
Watch out now.
If you'd like one, I can get you one at the shop.
Really? Okay.
I ordered extra.
You're the man, Chad. Well, you're down here, but thank you.
I have no reason to get one.
She's got a super awesome Ghost Spider.
Yeah, let me know. Hit me up.
She's got a super awesome Ghost Spider number 8 variant cover that I really want.
That cover does look good. There's a Batman cover that's coming out that she did. It's a variant, and it's like a 1 in 100 or a 1 in 50 or 1 in 500 or something like that. And it's honestly one of the probably, I don't know, I like it. I'm not a big Momoko fan. I fucking like that cover. It's cool.
Which one?
She's got a Batman cover coming out. Is it Batman?
It's Batman. I know she's got a cover to the Batman Adventures Continue #1 of Harley Quinn.
She's got an Avengers cover, or I think it's a Young Avengers cover or an Outlawed cover coming out. That is unreal. It's got all the outlawed characters, outlawed characters, and it's like just shows little halves of them. It's gorgeous.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, it is a good cover. No, the new one so Batman's across the top, and his cape comes down, and then out of that, like peeking out of the bottom, is the Joker's face, and it sounds goofy when you describe it, but when you see it, it's really fucking cool looking.
Yeah, I gotta check it out.
Yeah, it's a crazy.
She's got a Venom 27 Null cover. Have you seen that yet?
It's coming out. Yeah, that's coming out.
Oh
what,
man,
two-
check this
two?
cover out.
I think her art's terrible, man. I think the
I'm-
Darth
I'm-
Maul is terrible.
Yeah.
I think that's
Yeah, look at that
that's good
sword.
because Null is a manga based character, and she's good at drawing traditional Japanese art, and manga
It's
is one
still
of
not
them.
that good of a cover.
I think that
I
cover.
just don't like Null. I think the character is bad looking. I just don't think it's cool. I think it's his shoulder pads are weird, man.
He's
Weird.
football.
Yeah.
Nope.
Fuck
Wow,
is
you can't
that?
do this to me. I'm trying to pick up where you're leaving off, man. I'm trying to.
It might be a Three Jokers cover that she did that for. That's I know it's a variant and it's a rare variant. There's not many. I want to say it's a 1 in 500 or a 1 in 100.
Are you talking about the Marvel's Rising cover she did, Brian?
No, that might be it. Let me see it. Nope. This one is in.
That's
I'll show you.
terrible.
Yeah, that's terrible. I'll show you it. I just ordered it.
This is just unabashedly terrible.
It's fucking terrible. Her Spider-Man is terrible. You could tell she's overworked right now.
Yeah.
You could tell she has a lot of projects, and you could her art isn't that
This-
what it's
this
real
Spider
hit and miss
Gwen-
as it is, but it's been.
That
Misty.
Spider-Gwen one is dope. Or Ghost
Pump and
Spider.
dump.
See, I don't like that either.
You don't like that? That cover's
Mm-mm.
sick as
I
fuck.
think it's unique. I like it. I think it's unique in a different way. Like Peach Momoko, I like out of all the times we've shown her on this show, I might have seen maybe 2 that I was like, okay, that's cool. The Turtles one and like one other random one. Most of hers I don't like, but I think I just am not a fan of her style. But like that one, okay.
But
And like
I-
you said, I think when she's
There's really good manga art, and that's not it.
I can definitely see where Kyle's coming from with that because a lot of her covers are in the same pose.
It might be
the
Champions.
Same. She does a lot of the
Yeah, here
same
it
kind
is.
of covers.
Yeah.
Look up Champions #1 Momoko cover.
It's garbage.
It's burnt.
It's burnt. Here, we'll just all be quiet while
Yeah,
we're
well,
waiting
I
for a minute.
sit there and
I
type.
mean, I don't want to get on my soapbox again, so got nothing else to add. No, real talk though. Yeah, I agree with Kyle about maybe her talent or her art style already being one thing, and when you're overworked and you're doing a style that maybe you're
Is
not.
that the
most
one you're talking about, Ryan?
And I've started. Good job.
That's it. Yep.
Good job, Corbin.
Go ahead, Corbin. What were you saying, buddy?
I was just buying time while you were looking it up, but I was basically just saying I agree with Kyle in terms of saying that you're writing in a style that's probably not your preferred style, and you're also having to rush certain things to fit deadlines and whatever. That's why there might be some variance in her style and artwork.
I just think she's got so many variants. She's got a variant for like almost fucking every issue coming out for something.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're just.
She's
I mean,
burnt. She's gonna get burnt, man. And her she's using, I think, a lot of art that she just sketched before she got big for some of these covers, because some of the art just doesn't look
Oh,
Why?
you mean like
that Darth Maul.
my favorite?
Darth Maul.
My favorite is the
that weird
the
snack
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man. Yeah.
yeah.
The one where he's shooting webs out of his butt.
This one right here is my favorite. This Spider-Man one. Right here. The fucking weird
Yeah.
weird ass
Terrible, dude.
long neck.
God, way to ruin that cover, man.
Yeah, that weird, fucked up long neck is stupid.
But she does certain covers great. She does, the traditional Japanese art. She does whenever she puts that into a cover, it's gorgeous.
She has more misses than she has hits.
I would agree with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was when I saw that newer Batman or Detective Comics or whatever the fuck it is that's coming out here soon is and it's probably 3 weeks away. It was I was kind of surprised. I was like, wow, that's actually one I kind of dig. What about how many of you are ordering that new 300 Miles Morales variant? That new 300,
Horn?
that homage.
Nah, I might look into it later. I have no intention right now.
Is it a death metal cover? Yeah, she's got a Robin King death metal variant coming.
Oh, is that it? Maybe it's that. I can't remember what the hell I
Here,
saw
let me
it
share
on.
it. Is it this one?
No,
Yeah,
that
that's
ain't it.
terrible.
No, that ain't it.
Yeah, that's the only Peach Momoko Batman cover I'm seeing is the death metal variant.
I don't know.
Maybe they're not pushing it out yet though, but I mean,
Yeah, they made it, and I saw it at work. I was ordering and going through stuff, so it may be a shop exclusive. I remember it's really rare, and it was going to be fucking expensive. So I was like, whatever.
You don't know.
No, man, you guys watch it because his cape comes way down to the corner, and then it's got the Joker head poking out the bottom, and it's a very Japanese style Joker.
I wonder
head.
if it's a Batman 100 variant then.
That may be. It was cool. It was one of the few of hers that I was like, I'd actually consider buying that book just because that's kind of a cool damn cover.
Yeah, I'm just not a fan of her.
1027?
I don't know. But you want to run through the hot 10, Brian?
Yeah. Find that.
With the Bloated podcast.
Really check that one out.
What did he say? What did you say, Kyle?
I said with this Bloated podcast.
Oh, no.
We're just gonna sit here quiet again.
I'm pretty bloated, so that's the only reason the podcast should be too.
All right, here we go.
Let me share that.
So the Golden Age book is not a Golden Age book this week. It's a Silver Age book, but it's the first issue with the code stamp. And that is Wild Boy of the Congo, number 14, an 8.5 copy sold this week for $5,800, which is 30 times the Overstreet value. So, yeah, this is a Matt Baker cover, classic comic artist. So Wild Boy of the Congo recently sold for $5,800 and 8.5. So kind of crazy.
I don't even really like that cover that much.
Matt Baker. I'm not a fan of Matt Baker. Matt Baker is like one of the biggest Golden Age artists there is. So, but I'm not a fan of him. So, the other honorable mention is Riptide Draken number 1, the Paul Ballard 1 in 10 variant. This is from Red 5 Comics.
It's a lot better than most Peach Momoko covers.
Gorgeous cover. I mean, I'd buy that cover if I saw it, but not for $20 to $40. I mean, you can get it for like $20 on the internet or $40 at the Red 5 website, which is ridiculous.
If I was digging through dollar bins, or I was at if we were at John's or something, I'd probably just, because it'd be like 50 cents or something, or he'd be like, just take it because it's just a cool looking cover. But other than that, no, I wouldn't spend $40 on it.
That is pretty sweet Viking shit.
Yeah. Number 10. This is an interesting one. This is Hero Trade Ashcan from Matt Kint and David Lapham. These are selling for ridiculous numbers. And the reason why is because Dinesh from Valiant is doing something with his book where he's producing it on his own or something. A matter of fact, I think he's going to be on Hot 10 tonight. There's a chance that Dinesh, I forget his last name, but the guy who owns Valiant and did all the Bloods. What is it?
What's blood?
Isn't the Hot 10 already done?
No, on Drunken Chat. Sorry, did I say Hot 10? Drunken Chat. I meant Drunken Chat.
Bloodshot?
So Bloodshot, yeah. Which I had no idea. This just happened to be on the Hot 10, and Mel's like, well, I think I know what this book is about because I just talked to Dinesh from Valiant, and he might be on Hot 10. So, or not Hot 10, Drunken Chat. So it was kind of cool. But this book is selling for like a lot, like $500-$600 or something like that. It's crazy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Jeez, okay.
Super rare. It's an ash can. So remember, there's not very many of them. So number 9 is X-Men. Number 12. This is the first cover appearance of the High Summoner. It's a $10 to $15 book right now. Super hard to get in high grade. Gorgeous Linnell Francis Yu cover. Love that cover. Love the character. X-Men, the X of Swords stuff is going to be awesome. And that's why this stuff is hot. This is one of those characters, and this is his first cover appearance. So very cool. Magnificent Miss Marvel, number 13, the second printing. This book is selling for ridiculous numbers right now. It's the second printing strikes again thing, and it's the first appearance of that Amulet character. But the second printing rarity strikes again. People are just really looking for these second printings, and this one's selling for like a ridiculous amount on eBay.
First print's almost just, it's not where it's at now.
With some of them, if there's a second print and it's got a different cover or something, it all depends, but most second prints are going crazy. And here's another version of craziness. This is number 7, the Venom number 25
Walmart cover.
Ryan Stegman Walmart variant, and this thing is selling for $40 to $50. It's super hard to get in high grade because it's on the top of the Walmart packs, and it's got form-fitting plastic just around the sides, and it's the all-black cover, so you're going to get spine breaks, and it's very hard to get in high grade, but this is a Walmart-only variant, which is cool, and it's a Ryan Stegman cover because Mark Bagley couldn't do it for some reason, so Stegman filled in, and people love Stegman Venom stuff. I mean, they just love it.
Well, it's
so
Venom. Bagley's not doing Venom.
He's doing the
Spider-Man.
Well, he's doing the interior art.
Not for Venom. He's doing it for
says right there,
Amazing.
Bagley.
Yeah,
Bagley's filling in. Yeah, Bagley's filling in.
It's right there on the front cover.
Oh, I can't see the front cover. It's so tiny, I can't see it.
To his death,
No,
dude.
I promise you it's not. No, it's right there. Look. Oh.
I'm looking. It's tiny. I can't see it.
Well, I mean, it doesn't change.
But I just know that Bagley is not the normal artist on Venom.
Dude, I so wish we could have kept that going for like 2 or 3 minutes longer.
Oh man, love it.
Yeah, this is going to be a big book. I'm sure to get more love than what it's already getting. Number 6, Undone by Blood, number 1. I'm sure you guys have heard of this. This is the Norman Reedus project that he's, bringing into AMC supposedly, and this is a tough book to find. It's an Aftershock book. There is a variant to it, but this book, a lot of people are saying this is a really tough book to find, and it's something to definitely be bullish on. You might
Did
want
Mark Bagley work on that instead of Venom?
Yeah.
I can't quite see, but yeah, no, I'm kidding.
Norman Reedus, that sounds familiar. He's on something. It's
He's a Boondock Saint.
Yeah.
There you go. That's what it is.
Yeah. Number 5, Sentry Spec. This is craziness. Sentry Spec is going crazy. I love the character. I hope that the character gets done right sometime. They really screwed him up in Civil War II. But this book is a $50 book right now. The Sentry number 5 from the 2018 run. And so $50 book right now.
Now, isn't that because of the supposed quote unquote Sentry shot that came up for
Stegman?
Yeah.
Stegman put out a
Bagley.
Yeah, Bagley. Stegman put out a Instagram post of a cover he's working on, and it's the Sentry, and that pushed people to go, well, the Sentry has to do something with the Lord of Light. And then
like Kate's put out that conversation, right?
Well, yeah, Kate's retweeted it. Did he retweet a conversation? Because the original conversation is from 2019.
I thought he retweeted it. I thought that's what it was.
I don't know if he retweeted it.
Got brought back.
Yeah, they brought back that conversation from 2019 where somebody asked Donnie Cates about it, and Kate said, no, he's not null. That's all he said. He's not null. It doesn't mean that he's not part of it. They just said, no, he's not null.
Yeah.
So since you want to make fun of me, that was Venom 27, right?
25.
No, it was Venom 25.
Okay.
Matt was loading when he got quiet.
Oh my God, dude!
He even fucked it up after coming back, man.
He was trying to leave.
I'll get it. I'll get it, motherfucker.
Wait. Oh, he was make fun of me. It was Venom 120. No.
I got to drink to that, man.
Yes, man. Yes. He was trying to come blazing. It was like he came guns blazing, and then he trips and he falls and he smacks his face right before the finish line.
Pretty much.
And I'm going to win this fucking race.
Oh, that's funny. Now he's back to his notes again.
That's fantastic.
With his own gun.
I'm number 4 comics right now.
Number 4 is Amazing Fantasy number 1, the first appearance of Aranya. Aranya stuff is going crazy right now because the Spider-Verse spec. This is a $70 to $80 raw book.
Bagley cover?
Mark Brooks. But
70
close.
to 80?
Close. That's a Stegman cover, huh, Matt?
Yeah, 70, 80. Yeah, Aranya spec, man. More Aranya, Spider-Man, Spider-Verse craziness. I'm all for it. I love the Spider-Verse stuff. I saw the new PlayStation gameplay for Miles Morales for PlayStation 5. It looks awesome. I couldn't believe the actual gameplay. It was like gorgeous. The way that you walk through like Harlem and stuff, fucking awesome. So
that new ASM Sins of Norman Osborn variant was.
What you doing there, Matt?
Your mama. I'm looking
number
for something.
3.
I gotta be right. I gotta be right.
Exactly.
Number 3. Here you go, Solo Wookie. One of the most god awful covers ever.
Right.
This is Star Wars Jedi versus Sith #1, but it's a rare, very rare Dynamic Forces variant. If you guys remember Dynamic Forces back in the day, Dynamic Forces is the OG originator of the exclusive store variant. They used to put these out. You could get them unsigned or signed by the artist or writer. Very hard to get. Even if you bought them, you wouldn't know if you got them 2 months later or 2 years later. Sometimes they would show up years later. But this book right now, a raw of this book, and you can see this is an older Dark Horse book. A raw of this god awful cover.
That cover
sold for $500 plus.
Terrible.
I love that cover now. No, I'm kidding.
$500.
I wouldn't pay $500 for it.
You would if you were a Star Wars fan and you realized how rare these things are.
I mean, yeah.
Star Wars fans, man, listen. And big shout out to listen. I have to bring it up. Like Comic Book Invest and it has really done a good job at putting out these amazing articles on Star Wars spec. And this is one of the books that they nailed early on. So, Jedi vs. Sith. The Dynamic Forces variant, very rare, super god awful.
Yeah, it's you're not
god awful.
If you happen to stumble across this book, you go buy a fucking lottery ticket.
Also, buy the regular cover because the regular cover is selling for like $100 raw too. So, a lot of first appearances in this book. Number 2, Shuri. Number 2, the second printing, which is the same as the first issue but a different background. People are going crazy for this cover.
You don't?
This is a second. Yeah, a lot of people love it, but it's the exact same as the first cover, but instead of a yellow background or something like that, it's got the gray background.
Like gray too. It pops with Shuri.
But look at how fucking long her arm is.
This is super rare. I get well, not super rare, but the rarity of second prints. This has caused this book.
Some people just have long arms. Don't be racist against.
I like my Black Panther little short chicken one.
This is going for 107, like 175 to $200 raw.
Damn. I don't like that cover. I've never liked it. I just think it looks goofy. I just don't. I just.
We know why. We know why. No,
her arm looks like a fucking alien appendage. Look at it, man. The thing is, okay. So in the drawing world, her head, you should have 3 of her heads in that entire arm, and she's got like 6 fucking heads in that arm. And you guys are making fun of Spider-Man Momoko with a long neck. Look at her fucking neck in this thing. It's like.
It's not fucking Spider-Man.
Well, I think is it to the end of her fingers or to her wrist?
Her body's fine. Her arms are long, and the helmet is too small.
To her wrist is 3 heads.
She's got that big old bun. It'll never fit on her head.
The helmet, the helmet is too small.
To her wrist is 3 heads from her shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
So it might be a illusion. But who are we? When none of us are
goofy looking. I just never liked this.
I am an artiste.
Number 1, Kang the Conqueror. Avengers number 8.
Score. That's what I said.
Yeah. And this one, it's selling for 6.0s for 1,000, 6.5 for 1,500.
I'll be looking for some, Rama, no.
Rama Tut.
It was
419. That's another book that's moving, but not like this.
Not like
Fantastic World had that when we were there. Remember, we had this whole discussion.
Yep, we sure did.
That was a good one.
You were too busy bartering for a dirty book.
Mm-hmm.
I was just gonna say I couldn't afford this book if it had dirt on it before this. That was a good book.
That's a good one.
So,
I'll never finish my Avengers run.
That's the hot 10
this
week.
Is this the Peach Momoko you're talking about, Chad?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
what
Detective
Lowe
127
said there.
or 1027.
Yes. That fucking thing is sweet.
How do you get rid of that echo?
What echo?
The echo when you share your screen.
It's weird, but cool. Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I like that cover. I'm not a big Momoko fan, and I dig that cover.
I like that she took the jock type bats and put it in there.
Well, and there's a version of it too, where they don't have the detective comic across the top. And it just is real clean the way that the watercolor fades in it, and it plays well. It looks good.
It's like being at a Trump rally.
That's right.
Oh my lord.
Way to go, Cholo Wookie.
Oh my gosh, you guys. But that's cool. We were talking. I'm glad that like it's probably gonna hike by the time we do this next week. That one that we were talking about, like two or three Kang books will be up there now. How long now? This is a question I wonder because I've never followed as closely when they first come. But is this going to be in the top 10? Do you think until the movie comes, or at least hang around the periphery of it, or is this just
It'll drop down.
spike and then it'll disappear? I'm sorry, not to the movie because we don't. That's like who knows how many years. I just mean in terms of like for the next couple of months.
It might not even be on the list next week, man. The comic market is crazy. Like the news about Jen Walters' She-Hulk casting had just hit. So I imagine I know we're gonna see She-Hulk books on the list next week.
Mm-hmm.
I think like as soon as the news hit, a 9.2 sold for like $700 or something like that. So
okay,
I know I say this every time we talk about this, but there was a guy that posted one of the forums. He's like, I need the first appearance of Kang. It's been my holy grail since 10 o'clock this morning. And that's what happens. This news hits, and all of a sudden, it's everybody's grail. Like
everyone loses their minds, and they're all for it. Yeah,
and it always makes me laugh, and I'm just so glad that guy was honest about its post. It's been his holy grail since 10 a.m. and it was like 11:30. You know,
that's FOMO, man. That's FOMO.
You know what character I'm liking a lot right now in comics that
Bagley?
after Tynion's done on Batman, you'll probably never hear from again, and that's Clown Hunter.
Oh yeah, that's interesting. I do like that little addition.
And they haven't even really touched on it much in the book, just here and there. But this variant cover from this week of Clown Hunter is fresh.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
His arms aren't too long on that one.
And the fact that he's
it looks like there's like four heads.
And the fact that he's just like in there destroying Joker's henchmen and killing them and stuff. He's like doing the work Batman won't do.
I like it. I mean, it looks. Yeah, I'm just gonna say I like it. It's very intriguing the way they've developed both Clown Hunter and Punchline. So
I need to figure out what I'm doing with comics.
Yeah, what do you mean? Like selling, reading? What do you mean?
Buying everything.
Oh,
well, have you bought anything recently?
Huh?
Have any of you guys read this issue of Batman yet?
Yes, 98.
99.
Wait,
you haven't even bought any new? Sorry, I my bad.
My fault. Did they miss me?
You must have been missed because 99 came out on Wednesday.
The fuck?
I'm tempted.
Where do you go?
I'm tempted to spoil the last page, but I don't want to.
Shit!
I already spoiled it for Kyle.
I can spoil it. Shit, who cares?
Yeah, just spoil it. I'll read it. Oh,
your Joker Batman suit.
Yeah, that book's going through the roof.
That's neat.
And then this was fucked up too. The Alfred, him Jokerizing and bring Alfred back from the dead.
Oh my gosh, that's sick.
But this book's cool because I mean, I would definitely pick it up if you're in the Joker War stuff. But Batman has an interesting conversation with him and Harley Quinn.
How did he?
What the fuck is that noise?
Chad.
Sorry, that's me.
That's Solo Wookie. There's an interesting conversation between Batman and Harley Quinn where Harley Quinn basically tells Batman that this Joker shit has to end, and how many more people is he gonna let him kill, and then he needs to put him down, and if he won't do it, Harley Quinn will. And Batman kind of tells her, he's like, no, I'm not gonna let you do that. And then she's like, well, you better put me down, and when I say down, you better take me out of the game and beat me so bad that I can't get back up because I'm not gonna stop. I'm killing the Joker. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens in the conclusion in issue 100.
I cannot believe I didn't. Wow.
Wow.
Punchline's not the picture, though, right?
I
What?
can't even pay attention to
Punchline isn't in 99. I know Batman took her out in 98.
No, she's back in this. She comes back in 99.
What?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. I mean, they make a mistake and have him in a while. It's fine. I'll get it. Darn it.
But Clown Hunter is definitely, and also the relevance of this issue is now that Tim Drake, or now that Damian has left being Robin, Tim Drake is back as Robin.
Nice.
So you know how they gave him that new
Don't
suit?
you nod your head, Brian.
They gave him that new suit and everything. He's now
cool,
back.
He's a pretty slick Robin.
He's now back in the original
I've
Robin
never
costume.
liked Tim Drake as
He's
Robin.
more of a techie, nerdy one, but it's kind of cool.
I never liked him.
No?
Nope. Never since the beginning. I've always been a Dick Grayson or a Damian guy.
And then you got Teen Titans 45, Kyle, the continuation of the Robin No More story. So you need that one.
The end of the latest Rick Grayson drama, where it kind of ended with Joker and stuff, was that whole Rick Grayson storyline was so dumb.
I stopped reading Grayson because of it.
It's so bad.
Well, he's officially got his memory back, and he's back as Nightwing now.
Yeah, and it's terrible how it played out.
It played out for a long time.
Yeah.
Way too long. Way too fucking long.
What
But I'm still behind.
Chad, what Norman Osborn cover are you talking about?
Oh, the new variants. This is the variant one.
I know.
Oh yeah, that's the one that's the one I bought.
Yeah.
Amazing.
So,
So why don't you describe it for everybody that's going to be listening on Monday, Chad?
It's just got all the Spider-Verse on the cover, so it's just, it's got Spider-Woman and Silk and Gwen and yada yada.
Miles and
It's a variant.
yeah.
Yeah, it's the variant, purple background. I like the web. The web's kind of cool looking the way they did it. I don't know if I can.
It is rather neat. Yeah. I like the color, I like the shade. I think Spider-Man's arms are a little too short, though. But personally, aside from that,
But it's kind of neat that they put, all the spider folk in there.
yeah, no, that's really neat. I like the one.
This is cover A.
Yeah, I like the other one better. but
Yeah, I
that's-
do too.
Yeah.
That came out Wednesday.
Yep.
Yeah.
Was it good? Did anyone read it?
I haven't read
I
it yet.
haven't read it yet.
I'm still. Dude, I bought
haven't
so
read
many
it.
books on Wednesday. I've only read Thor, which Thor 7. I'm surprised.
Garbage.
What do you mean garbage?
Didn't like it?
He probably didn't
Well, I
even
mean,
read it.
obviously you didn't like it. He said
That
garbage.
whole new Thor dude and the whole God Country throwback and
And not only God Country, but a tomahawk
yeah,
is in
it
there
just-
also.
I feel like he's totally just doing everything he can now to whore out his new convergence thing that he's
Crossover.
doing. Yeah.
Yep.
And now he's just whoring himself out even more. Donnie Cates is great at whoring himself out.
Donnie
Don't get me
Cates.
wrong. Yeah. Don't get me wrong. I like some of the stuff he does. I like he's a comic fan, but sometimes I just feel like
He's a diva.
yeah.
Dude,
And
but
he divas the shit out of himself.
that
Yeah.
cover of all the Avengers, Captain Marvel, Spider-Man, Iron Man, Ant-Man, Groot, all reaching to pick up Mjolnir is sick. That's a sick cover.
It is. It's a really good, clean cover.
I mean, it's a bunch of arms of varying lengths.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah,
God,
I'm kind of
Corbin.
iffy on that. It's kind of
Listen, that joke won't run out as long as we're doing covers. I have to keep trying. We're not trying. I'm succeeding, but you get it.
One that I don't really read or get into much of the new stuff, but I loved this cover. The new Green Lantern cover is fucking dope.
what Green Lantern number is that? Please describe it for our Monday crowd.
It is number 7.
He's blasting out with his ring out of what
Number
appears to be
7.
water in all his emerald glory. Classic uniform. I'm not gonna lie, the colors are pretty nice on that.
Yeah,
Great.
it's super clean, and he's just in a big Green Lantern ball surrounding himself, just trying to protect himself. It's just such a cool looking cover.
See, and I got that X-Men 12 cover too, and I got it completely on accident.
We got a bunch at the shop, and I couldn't figure out who the fuck the guy on the cover was. Have any of you guys read Strike Force?
No. How is it?
I don't know. I finally broke down and picked it up, and I have a Spider-Woman addiction. I need to see a counselor. I was like, all right, finally. I keep seeing it and keep seeing it and keep seeing it, and we had a run at the shop, so I was like, all right, fuck it, then never mind.
All right, let's get into a little bit of odd news.
Tonight, the Six Sad World primetime special with people just like you, only more pathetic.
It's a bit nutty.
You're crazy, man. You're crazy.
Ohio dad invents candy shoot for touch-free trick-or-treating.
That shit looks funny, man. He's got that long ass pipe going down the
Going down his rail.
Can you share it? Can you share the screen?
Yeah.
Then we can sound like we're on the moon.
Hello. Okay, that didn't work.
There you go. The little candy shoot.
There's another article somewhere that's got a way better picture of it.
Well, we don't have that on.
Yeah. So many kids are going to be taking advantage of the bowls that say take one, and people are going to be flipping out on them because they're going to be waiting for those people to.
What did you do growing up when there was a bowl that said take one?
Let me tell you something. So
He's going to be like, I took one.
We had a neighbor that every year I was growing up would put out boxes of full-size candy bars because where they worked, they had a charity that they ran that they stole money from. And they would put out boxes of full-size Snickers and shit. And we would hit that house up first time, every time, and clear it out every year. They never learned, ever. It was great.
No, yeah. Take one. Yep, I'm going to take the entire
go fuck
bowl.
yourself. Yeah.
Yes.
These are going to be selling in my recess in 4 hours.
Yes. Take one.
Yeah.
Fuck off.
I'm definitely going to smash a pumpkin by your house, too, just for being an asshole.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm surprised you haven't seen somebody try to use a T-shirt gun to shoot candy out for kids yet. Just
Now, when you said a candy shoot, I have to be honest. I was thinking of like a potato gun with a little compressed air behind
that'd
it.
be awesome. That shoots you shoot a full size
Rapid
Butterfinger
fire
out,
candy
just
corn, like real little shits. Got your candy
Fuck
corn.
candy corn. Fuck candy
Your
corn.
candy corn.
Yuck.
in a big win for 2020, thanks to the pandemic, there will be no Peeps this holiday season.
Good. Peeps are stupid anyway.
What? Get the fuck out of here, bro. You got
No,
I'm sorry, bro. I'm calling your shit on that. There's nothing better than a Peeps on Easter. You just put a slit in the plastic, let them get rock hard, and by Halloween, they're the best, bro.
You gotta wait half a year. You gotta wait half a year to eat your Peeps.
Yeah, you got to let them get rock hard, bro.
Put a slit in it. Wait half a year, then enjoy your Peeps.
They're fucking great. It's just like a fine wine, man.
I'm glad it didn't take us that long to get rock hard.
Wow,
Put
Corbin.
a slit in it, let it fucking get hard.
Listen,
by
listen, I'm here all night.
By Halloween, you're throwing it through windows.
Peeps are an Easter candy. They're not a fucking Halloween candy. They're an Easter candy.
Oh, that's terrible.
They're a holiday.
Dude, you can't talk shit about Peeps around me, bro. That's a McClay House staple, dude. When I was growing up, my mom would buy 10,000 different color Peeps and decorate with them. It was crazy, bro. Don't talk shit about Peeps and sugar on egg salad. Go fuck your mother.
Oh God, the sugar on egg salad.
Nasty.
Oh.
Just like your tacos.
Fuck you. My tacos are good, dude. Ask anybody that's had my tacos, and they will say, yeah, it's a little cheesy, but they're fucking good. Ask anybody. Yep.
Okay. What are you putting in that makes them different?
Paste pecani sauce, brother. Medium paste pecani sauce. Yes, sir.
Okay.
That's
New
it,
York
bro.
City.
Corbin,
Ground
do
beef.
you
Ground
not
beef.
watch the
paste pecani
podcast?
sauce.
No, listen, you
No.
missed Shad. You might not have been here for the beginning of the show.
Did you
Because
just call him Shad? Who the hell's Shad?
I said Chad. I might have
Those wine
Chad.
coolers are kicking in.
Yeah, I heard Shad. His wife.
This is my fifth one. You're right, but no. So Chad,
wine
at the beginning of the show, I was saying that I felt good because I was catching up with everyone's comic podcast as they happened, and I caught the CSBI, but I did not catch
What the hell is CSBI?
CBS.
CBSI.
I think that's on USA after NCIS.
Oh wait, no, CBS. Comic book speculation event. Yeah, I know what I mean. Anyway, no, I didn't catch the podcast. Long story short, all right. I felt really proud of myself though, and you're not gonna let me go down because of that, Chad.
Are we in a fucking parallel universe here? I'm used to Kyle being drunk, but fucking
Where's
Corbin.
the echo coming from?
I'm not drunk.
I don't know where the echo's coming from.
It's not me. Wait.
Yeah, it is Corbin.
Yep.
Whoa,
It's
wait,
all
no,
of us.
Yeah, there's all of us. Don't
all of
talk
us.
about me.
Echo.
It's gone now.
Echo.
I think. All right. Anyway, long story short.
Echo.
Yeah, no, I didn't catch the podcast.
All right.
I don't hear it.
I'm gonna listen. Yeah.
Episode, I don't know about 100 yet because I haven't caught it because I don't know if it's out
Episode.
yet. But I know
It's
it's gonna be
out.
awesome.
It's out. It just
Anything
came
with
out.
Rich is awesome. I know it,
It
and I'm
just
sure
came out, and
it's with Oompa and Rich. I know it's going to be crazy, but 99, it was just me, Keith, and Brian just bullshitting.
I gotta know.
And it was a ton of fun.
I gotta know right now. Did Keith pay you $5 and did you sniff Brian's chair?
Smelled like roses,
Nope.
bro.
Nope, didn't happen. He did not live up to his bet. I would have done it too.
Yeah.
No, that was
Listen. There is something I do pride myself on as a fat man, and that is my hygiene. My hygiene is 2 point. Listen, nobody you know that has bad hygiene rocks the fucking handkerchief. All right. The handkerchief is the key to smelling good. You take your handkerchief, you spray some cologne on your handkerchief, and when you might be worried, you pull out your handkerchief and wipe your face with it, and everything smells good. Handkerchief game, guys. Keep it up.
Gotta get
Dr.
it.
Squatch.
Yeah.
Dr. Squatch soap is where it's at, man. I'm telling you.
No, just soap is where it's at. You don't need anything special. You just gotta clean yourself.
Dr.
You don't need anything
Squatch
else. I'm telling you.
Pine tar
Clean yourself
soap.
with soap.
This soap is okay.
Yeah.
Pine tar
just
soap is where it's
That's all you
at,
need.
man.
Just
I
clean
don't
your
know about
balls.
the pine tar because that they put sand in it. So if you're using it, dude, I always get scratched up.
He said,
And I
just
do
soap.
not like my
Exfoliating
soap
you.
scratching me. No, that's not. It's scratching me. There's a difference between pumice and sand.
I'm using their rum one right now, and it's really good.
I'm using their Mars one,
Mars
and
bar.
it's pretty awesome.
We need to get a Dr. Squatch fucking sponsorship. So Brian, can
Dude,
get free
email
soap.
him.
Get
Look at
free
even
soap.
Chuck's got my back. Amen, brother. Chuck definitely plays in the fucking handkerchief
No.
slash bandana game.
Because Chuck, like his mom, they're heavy sweaters. And they
Just
sweat
like
like,
me.
mad.
That's why
That's
you
why
have
he
to,
carries it.
That's why you have to carry a handkerchief, bro. Not to blow your nose in, to wipe the sweat, bro. To wipe
What
the
is
Chicks
sweat.
for.
Water
Huh?
too, fuckers.
No, man. Fucking chicks don't like to fucking
Going
know
back
this
to
all
the
time.
candy thing, Chuck made a comment. He said Matt took one because he's from Michigan. Arizona kids took a whole lot.
Yeah.
See, I don't sweat a lot, so I don't really. run
I
into that
sweat.
problem.
I'm a fat man that was a heroin addict that fucking still sweats. So
Yeah, I do as well, but minus. Yeah.
I remember working with Chuck, man. We'd walk into the grocery store to do bread. He'd be fucking drenched.
I still
Drenched.
sweat.
He gets me.
He gets you.
But you got to have something that wicks away the sweat nice.
Wicks
Not just
away?
any.
You mean
not
wipes
just
away?
any bandana. No, wicks. Like
Wicks,
wicks.
like- You never heard Wicks before,
I've
Matt?
never
Yeah.
heard it called Wicks.
That's two things you've learned today: Wicks and John Bagley.
Yeah. Yep.
John Bagley. Mark
You,
Bagley.
John Bagley, right? You drunk?
I am. At least I can use that excuse, man.
It's Mark's brother.
It's on the front page. No, it isn't.
Yes, and that's another thing. Shout out to Chuck that I found out. Yeah, you drink a fuckload of water and you sweat. So
Yeah,
just-
you do.
He just
Yeah.
fucking has a little fake mustache on. Goes by John Bagley.
Did I do that cover? No, it was John Bagley. I
Nah.
did do that cover. It's Mark again.
He
Yeah,
did the
that's what you-
interiors. Brian was right. I found the book. All hail Brian.
Ryan was right. So
I did not see his name on the cover because it was too small.
It's not Bagley.
Bagley is not the normal interior guy on Venom. I know he's been working Spider-Man, but he's not the interior guy on Venom.
Bagley?
It's because Bagley had to sit out for that issue.
Stegman.
I mean, Stegman had to sit out for that issue.
Oh boy.
Man spotted wearing live snake as a mask on a city bus.
Do they have pictures of that?
They got a video of it.
It's probably just got a snake coiled around him, right? And he's acting like it's a face mask.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yep.
Transportation officials in British City respond to a viral photo of a municipal bus by reminding residents that snake is not an acceptable mask, especially when it's still attached to a living being.
And snakes don't wick away any sweat, trust me.
Dude, that makes my skin crawl. I don't know why that does.
Snake.
You never had a friend that had a snake?
No, wick. Saying wick away. Just, I don't know.
You've never done this?
I call it wipe away.
Well, it's the same thing, bro.
It's just because when I hear wick, I'm thinking like the wick of a candle.
Thinking about John.
Yeah, or John.
All right, well, Matt learned something new. Great, Wick, awesome.
I did.
Way to catch up with us. What's next?
That's what that's the purpose of the Bloated Podcast, is to fucking learn something. Malaysian man's missing phone turns up loaded with monkey selfies. A Malaysian resident whose phone temporarily went missing said the device turned up in his yard loaded with new photos, including some selfies snapped by monkeys.
That's fucking awesome.
It is, man. He jacked his phone, and they fucked with it.
Have you ever seen the video of the people that run the kidnapping ring that use the monkey to kidnap people?
No.
Look it up. There's a video of the
a
kidnapping ring, and the monkey's on a straight motorcycle, bro.
Dude, I have seen that.
Yes.
I have seen that, yeah.
That's a kidnapping ring.
Yeah.
Yep, that's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Monkeys on
ingenuity, man. Ingenuity. One thing humans are great for. Might not be for a good cause, but we'll figure out how to get it done.
So easy you can train a monkey to do it.
Yep. Fucking gross.
That's what I used to say about hanging drywall.
I thought you were just about to say about hanging cats or something. I was like, what the fuck?
No.
I remember when I was a kid, there's a Boys and Girls Club by us, and behind the Boys and Girls Club was always a desert, right? And it was surrounded by houses. It was like a little square desert that was probably like quarter-mile square, and it had fucking barbed wire around it. I remember one of the craziest things that I remember to this day, like so fondly, like not fondly, but like horrifying, the exact opposite of fondly, is that I saw a cat that somebody had hung on the barbed wire, and I was like, that's the most fucked up thing I've ever seen. That was before I thought about, like, I knew about like treating animals well. I just remember thinking, what a fucking asshole, you know? Fucking just stuck with me. And now it'll stick with all of you guys because McClay is good at telling those shitty stories that fucking make you feel like shit. So
yeah, I'm on my way to work and I watched this guy die.
Yeah.
Now I know it, and now you know it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's crazy.
Home invasion goes wrong when suspect breaks in and it doesn't take anything but poops in the dishwasher.
That's awesome. You ever upper deck somebody?
Yes.
No, I've always wanted to.
Oh yeah, man. I went through a period in my life where my friends were doing that like crazy. I never did it, but I remember my friends doing it. I just was too afraid. Like that first time you take a shit,
an upper deck,
where you take a shit in the tank of the toilet instead of the bowl.
And then every time they flush, they don't realize it until like 2 weeks later when it's starting to smell like shit constantly, and that water is going shitty into their toilet all the time. Yeah. That's upper decking.
Sometime between 1 a.m. and 8:15 a.m. on Saturday, someone entered a home near Starwood Drive in East Riverview Road through an unlocked back sliding glass door. The people who lived inside were asleep. Nothing was taken. However, the culprit defecated on the open dishwasher door before leaving the residence, police said.
Brandon, are there a shortage of bathrooms? Did COVID shut down the restrooms out there too? People just break into people's homes to drop a deuce?
Apparently so.
Burger King, you're not gonna let me use the restroom? That's fine. I know a neighbor right up the street.
That's the new thing, man.
I was walking by. It looked like a nice place to shit.
Love what you got going on. That
Hey, Smokey's over here taking a shit. I ain't gonna tell nobody.
Why'd you crap in my house? It looks like a piece of shit, so I added to it.
Yeah.
Man. Next.
Hold on, I gotta ask Chuck. I don't remember what he's talking about.
The Safeway incident.
Yes.
What dude at Safeway? 88-year-old man walks his final mile to total the Earth's circumference. An 88-year-old Massachusetts man has walked 24,900 miles and plans to finish the final mile October 3rd to total the circumference of the Earth.
That's neat.
How did he cross the ocean?
He didn't walk around the Earth. He's walked the amount of miles to total the
most of
circumference.
us have done that.
That's stupid.
Yeah, I've done that too.
Right? I've done that too.
It's probably cooler when you're 88 because everything gets cooler then. Man,
When you're 88, you probably have walked the Earth like 5 times at that point.
Yeah.
So he said that Brad Hathaway, 88, said his doctor encouraged him to start walking in his mid-50s when he was dealing with diabetes, heart problems, and other health issues. My doctor said, you better start walking tomorrow and start walking 3 miles a day.
This is a sad PR plug, man. Let me stop.
So
you
I
right
did,
there.
and I mapped out the entire town. So he said, since then, Hathaway began to walk daily, rain or shine, and would sometimes walk 10 miles instead of 3. So he just walked.
Because I would walk 100 miles and I would walk one. Yeah,
man, he's what did I walk with? Man, let me stop right there. Anyways, yeah, that's interesting, I guess. But I guess the allure's lost once you realize that everyone does it. Then it's like, oh, well, great, congratulations. I'm glad that someone prioritized their health, made necessary steps to adjust and better themselves, and there you go. Congrats to that.
I don't think everyone does it.
I think enough people do it that it's not as special as it looked on first onset. I mean, calculate how much you walk, and some probably walk more than others. You know what I mean? And you put that on the miles, and you do those miles over a lifetime. All of a sudden, people get some pretty crazy numbers, right? Yeah. I mean, I don't want to. It's not something to overthink. I'm just saying, like when it was brought up, I'm like, oh well, yeah. Now that you say that, I guess it's not that big a deal after all. But the fact that he took, like I said, prioritized his health, made adjustments, kept track, all that good stuff. Boom.
That's what I did, man. The 4-minute workouts.
There you go. Now, if Kyle in 30 years,
how's your 4-minute workout going, Kyle?
Pretty good.
Yeah.
No.
I want to hear more about that.
I don't work out for 4 minutes every morning.
Well, anybody got anything else tonight?
Nope.
Nope.
Chad, you've been pretty quiet over there, tardy Wookie.
5 douchebags from Phoenix.
Just doing what we do.
All right. Well, this is your
Looking
first.
at my cookies.
Yeah. If this is your first time finding us on YouTube, please make sure to hit that like, subscribe button.
Make sure to leave us a review.
Hit that notification bell so you know when we go live. Make sure to leave us a review. If you're listening to us on social,
bad review. We need bad reviews.
It's funny when Kyle holds something you said against you 6 years ago when the show was just starting out. 6 years ago, 50 episodes when the show was just starting out.
Brian can contest. It was a lot sooner than 6 years.
No,
but I will give Matt credit. It was a while ago.
I would like to add, if you write in your terrible review that you don't have 3 hours to sit and watch the show that was a terrible 3-hour show, it means you sat and watched us for 3 hours. Please like and subscribe
on your way out.
And hit that bell on your way out.
Yeah. And leave us a 5-star review on iTunes as you go because, whether you liked it or not, you can shit on us in the review, but I still expect 5 stars because you sat through the entire thing.
And just like I said, if you come out and you say who you are and you can prove to me that it was you that wrote it, I will send you an Absolute Geek prize pack. Because it'll have a Thor 6 variant in that prize pack.
he still he still sat through it. So
that's it.
I'm pretty sure I know who it is.
Shitty review on this.
I'm pretty sure Kyle and I have narrowed down who it is. It wasn't me. I wouldn't use words like douchebags. I wouldn't use bloated or garbage Phoenix. There would be a lot more swear words in that if it was me.
I like the word douchebag, though.
You know who I think it was? I think it was Erica.
I know Chuck normally thumbs down. There's a thumbs down that appears every time Chuck comes in here. So I know he does. So it's all right.
Thumbs down are just as good as thumbs up.
Right. But
that means you came in and you hung out.
Kyle wants to know who you are. So stop being a keyboard tough guy and come forward.
Yeah, but like I was saying earlier, man, if I'm going to write something like that, be a grown up and put your name behind it then. Don't.
Didn't he put his name behind it?
No, he used a fucking Simpsons reference.
Yeah. Jay Snurbs. Uh-oh. And I think I just lost internet. Oh, there we go. We're back. My internet just crashed for a minute. That was crazy.
Yeah, I was like, that's not me when all of us are swirling around.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
But no, we never went off the air though. Like we're still on YouTube, so it's got to be StreamYard.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
I went to college.
That was your keyboard tough guy showing you that he's really a tough guy.
Yeah.
He's hacking.
Change your internet game. Now what?
She said by far twice in the same sentence. LOL.
By far?
By far, by far.
By far?
So bad you had to use it twice.
No, I don't think it was anybody that actually listens to us. I'm sure it was done out of spite. But hey, you know what? Like us or don't like us, you still listened.
Right?
For 3 hours. Couldn't have been that bad. Again, please like and subscribe on your way out. Ring
As
that bell.
Chad parents his right-wing agenda.
Yep.
Yes, come see my far right agenda. By the way, I am nor right nor left. I don't agree with either of them.
I'm a dick right in the middle. I'm the penis in between us.
He's America's dick.
No, that's Chris Evans.
Yes.
The right wing and the left wing are stuck on the same problematic bird.
That's Mark Bagley, but whatever.
Oh my God.
Stegman.
Corbin, you know you're trying so hard when the joke doesn't pertain to anything we're talking about, and you're still trying to push it.
You know, I used to
still
think
trying to push that agenda.
Based off your failed jokes, that maybe your humor is just behind me. Like I used to take your words to heart, but after hearing all your jokes and like the one you had to repeat times, I'm starting to realize that I'm not behind. It's just your humor behind. No. I tied this back in a joke that was aside from this.
And we've come full circle.
Exactly. It's all good, man. Like
you're good.
I know I'm good. Trust me.
You just sit there and sip your wine coolers. You're good.
Shut up.
You're good. All right. You just sit there and sip your wine coolers. You're good, buddy. All right. You guys are listening to this? Huh?
I was just saying.
StreamYard is.
You're not so douchey about it.
What?
When you go to make a bad review on something.
Oh yeah.
You're not like they went out of their way to be like super douchey.
Oh yeah.
Like,
super douchey.
And to be like super like poke, and then they use a Simpsons reference as your name.
What was the name?
Jay Snurds. It's Burns backwards.
Remember when he snuck in and he was wearing he was in the episode where they're doing the town hall meeting and he had the Mr. Burns had the fake mustache on?
No, I don't remember that, but I can see it now.
But
really, what Schnerbs has got to say?
Yeah. The review is it's douchey. It is douchey, and that's why that's why us being the four douches and Garbage Phoenix, we're gonna put it on a T-shirt.
By far. So
now, coming soon is gonna be the Absolute Geek shirt, where the front of it is our logo and the back is that review. So thanks.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Thanks. We're gonna put it on a T-shirt. So nice. We're gonna put it on a T-shirt. So, but yeah, if you're having a good time and you're listening to this playback on Monday and you like the show, please leave us a review. Even if you don't, but you listen to the whole thing, like I said, 5 stars, and then you can trash us. Either way, you still listen to the whole show, so I think we deserve.
But they're funny.
Yeah. There you go.
Especially that right-wing fucking dick Chad.
Cholo Wookie. All right. Well, for this week's episode of the Absolute Geek Podcast, I'm Matt.
I'm douchebag too.
I'm Brian.
I messed up. I'm after Brian. I'm Corbin. Hey, sorry.
It doesn't matter to me. I'm just so used to doing it that way.
Well, I know. I'm usually in the team.
And then we got Chad down there just smiling and grinning and not saying a word.
Douchebag number 5. right wing douchebag number 5. Do it for your pleasure.
Yeah, and this bloated podcast, this bloated 2-hour podcast, we'll see you all next week. Sadly, still from Garbage Phoenix. Good night.
Bye-bye.